Buffer, we finally cured the curse, the dreaded curse that's haunted us for about a year. All right, about a year. Dev, thank you for the 20. Let's effing go. That's right. Let's effing go. You know, I'm feeling pretty great. You know, yesterday I was able to lift the curse of the dreaded buffering, continuous buffering. Now we got it all smoothed out. Everything was going fine. Everything was going great. And then something dumb happened. Something really dumb, something really irritating. So yesterday we covered our good friend Scott. Our good friend Scott, who's in the chat right now. Contingency rate retainer. There he is. Good old Scott. Welcome, Scott. Make yourself at home. But we covered him, and he was just having a bit of a bad day. Let's say he was having a bad day, right? A lot of things have been going wrong. Not a lot of W's were headed his way. So basically, he had been putting out... It's really ironic, too. It's really funny. My entire thing from yesterday was to not dox him or anybody, you know, which is why I didn't show the footage that he posted of, like, the outside of his house or whatever. It didn't even matter, because at the end, I accidentally... Well, I forgot, while I was looking through our DMs, that he actually sent his phone number. So he sent his fucking phone number, and I flashed it, and apparently you guys, or somebody out there who's watching, whether it's Delirious, whether it's somebody from the Delirious army, I don't know, maybe you're just a jackass who's a former Kiwi farmer, I don't know, but you guys were fast. You right away started spamming that guy, like, relentlessly, apparently, and that could cause some issues, you know, that would piss some people off. Again, I didn't do it on purpose. That being said, Scott didn't really care. And he just popped off on TJV's DM. So I got a little screenshot of that I'll go ahead and show you guys right now. In the meantime, catch up with chat real quick. I didn't really pay attention to all the drama with the Vanoss crew, but glad to hear someone give how they feel about what they're talking about, though. Yeah, nope. Yeah, that's what we're here to do. Deb says Scott said he was leaving 3 times. TJ left about 15 after you left. They ended to finish today. Magtonic says so. Sen, which version are you today? Wholesome Sen or Sector Sen? Let's go somewhere in between. All right, let's go somewhere in between. Devin, you seem very trustworthy. What happened after I left? Oh, you're just giving people the heads up on what happened. Let me take a quick look at that poll so far. We got a poll running. It's been running for about an hour. Got a good amount of votes in there. Votes, not boats. We ain't giving away no yachts here. Not today, at least. And about 65% of you think that Scott will not sue me. Well, 35% of you evil people think that Scott will sue me. Sue me to the ground. Did Jim Medeker ever get sued? I'm wondering. That ever happened to him? I know he got milk sent to him the other day. I was watching that. He got milk sent to him and he didn't want to drink it. I think it was like Jesse from Pod Awful that ended up giving him that. Yeah, you did finally show up, Fox. Good to see you, my dude. Good to see you. Yes, good afternoon, everyone. You know, we're all having like a pretty wholesome time, you know, considering the fact that I'm gonna get fucking sued. Everybody's having a good time. Everybody. Yes, Scott, a contingency lawsuit. Yes. I'm going to sue you for existing. Oh no, Victor Vern, no. So who's all your favorite Vanoss crew member? You know, if I could name all the Vanoss crew members, if I thought they were like, if I had them at the top of my head, I would make a poll and I would put them all up and I'd be like, hey guys, let's talk about who our favorite Vanoss crew member is. Unfortunately, I don't know much of these people at all. In fact, I only know them because of their fucking controversies, which is probably not a good reason to know people. Like, you always want to know people for positive things, not necessarily the negative things, right? And unfortunately, I didn't know anything about Vanoss up until Louis Caliber was accused by like 3 women of that whole shit, whatever it was. I even forgot. I don't know. They accused him of something. First it was like, oh fuck, I forgot all the allegations. Whatever. They were like, they ended up being bullshit anyway. Then the Delirious shit came out. And that one's pretty fucked. The reason the Delirious thing is so fucked up, it's because like it's so like identical to Minis. It's just like the only, and we were having this conversation, all of you and me in the chat. We were talking about how this is different. Like, how is the Delirious situation different than Minilad's situation? Because it seemed to be like the same circumstances. So it was both men that were over their 20s with like the 17 and the 16-year-olds or whatever, maybe, you know, however, that 15 to 17-year-old age range, right? The difference here, according to everybody, assuming you guys are all saying, you know, the truth and stuff, which it looks like it checks out. Apparently the thing with Mini is that Minilad was more manipulative and predatory overall about the situation, to where he was basically baiting a bunch of the girls and making them feel bad, and baiting his fans as well. Whereas Delirious, you can actually people can give him an out based on the fact that he was technically speaking set up by his friends, which, I mean, that's pretty fucked up. Then like you gotta like question the friends at that point, like whatever. But you can give them not a pass, but you can overlook some of it as to not as predatory as Minilad, because Minilad was a complete predator, right? 100%. You can't even give him a pass on anything unless you are brain dead. Then you'll, you know, and I mean, actually, like I'm talking Chris Chan levels of brain dead. Then you can give him a pass, you know. In fact, I think TJ made a bunch of fucking videos on this one guy who was like Minilad's biggest supporter and fan. I don't remember his name, but this guy was extremely, like, he gave me like vibes of Chris Chan. So unless you're somebody like that, then like, you know. Okay, let me catch up with chat. Anybody else saying anything? Jack, give it a minute. Jesus, Scott, come on, dude. This is making you look worse. He's able to get away with everything. Come on, Vanoss is the GOAT. Oh, you mean Vanoss, the owl guy? I know about the owl guy. Apparently, isn't that the top guy in Vanoss Gaming? The owl dude. Yeah, I mean, the owl dude doesn't seem to have any controversies in him. He seems to be like pretty fucking, like, I've never heard anything bad about the dude. He seems to be like, you know, clean. Toy Bounty Hunter, if the docs was that bad, is that really that illegal when you could see H2O Delirious' house? Kind of Liz Katz docs. I don't know what that's in reference to. He got McDonald's sent to him on stream. Yeah, Vic, that's that did happen. Apparently it was milk. A lot of members in the Vanoss crew. Minilad was guilty. Louis Caliber is innocent to be proven guilty. Where Louis stands, he admitted on the Drama Alert channel. He admitted about group chats for nudes. God, it seems that there's a lot of little freaking interesting details coming up. Legit dropped my tests for class to watch this. What's up, man? Glad to have you here. Make sure you send a like. Don't forget that. Very important. I need to revive my fucking algorithm because it's kind of dead right now. I gotta revive it. You know, it's like watering a freaking plant. You gotta water the plant. You gotta water the algo plant so that it wakes up again. You know, not too much. You gotta do a little bit. Anyway, all right. I want to get to this screenshot. So after the stream, TJ got like a bunch of, I guess, messages from Scott. And so I'll show this little screen cap right here. So this is the one where him and apparently him and Scott were fighting. It's just for a couple reasons. God, you guys are about to get, you're about to get the full on tea, all right? You guys are about to get the full tea experience, all right? Let me hold on real quick. I'll give you that. All right, yeah, let's put that there. Is this here? Should I put my chat up here? Looks good. Hit send the like. No, Dev, it's send with the SEN. You know, send. Yeah, I get it. Oh, narcissism at work. Okay, so this was like yesterday after because TJ was with me on that stream. By the way, that VOD is still available. Like, it got deleted. The original got deleted, but I made a copy where the information that wasn't supposed to be out there, basically his number is gone. And I do plan on, I could re-premiere it. It's like its own 2-hour segment. And I'm thinking, and you, Scott, you can tell me what you think of this idea. It's gonna be called Liz Katz X Scott versus the world, because I mean that's practically what's happening at this point in time. It's weird because a lot of people initially were like, "You guys, you won't believe Scott. You're not giving Scott enough of a hard time." And then it's like we give Scott like the hardest time. You know, we make this guy like actually have like breakdowns and shit, and then threaten to fucking sue me. And I bet you the people out there are still not going to be convinced. They're still not going to be happy about this. They're going to be like, no, you're not criticizing Scott enough. It's like, oh my fucking God. You can't appease everybody. Look. I told you. I am like the true chaotic neutral. You know, personally, I think Scott gives a shit more about his son than the other two. Right? That's always been my stance. Whether or not he's stable enough to do that, I don't know. It's not, at the end of the day, it's not even my call, you know? Because again, like, here's the thing. And we're like, that's with Delirious, right? We're not even like, I feel like all the shit with Scott is like such a misdirect too. Because I mean, sure, he does stupid shit like this and it doesn't help his case. But, like, at the end of the fucking day, the biggest elephant in the room with, like, Delirious, you know, beating up that kid, that still hasn't been fucking addressed. The only thing we have to go off of is Delirious saying, oh, it's not me, it's somebody else, dog, even though, like, you know, if you actually think about it, that's not even possible. And then there's the thing with Liz being, like, it's like Mother of the Year, which, by the way, the next person we're going to cover is Liz in depth. So if you're a Liz simp, you're probably going to get upset. If you don't like Liz, well, strap on in. You might end up liking it. But yeah, I plan to make a video, a couple streams. I think we could get onto a couple ones today because Scott did say some interesting stuff prior, right? And of course, I got to give you the juicy deets of everything that happened last night because it was an interesting night. So as you could judge by this screenshot right here. So let me give you let me read this out. So TJ at 11:18, that's Central Time, right? So it would have been like 12:18 for you Easterners and at like 10:18 for the Californians. So he says, are you going to keep this line of communication open between us? TJ says to Scott. Scott says, do what you need to make money. Doing what's right isn't what any of you guys want to do. I'm just glad I didn't dump 15 years of my life to someone who laughs at me when they TJ and I'm not there. I don't know. I think that was a typo. TJV says, what are you talking about? I told you that there was always going to be criticism on both sides. I'm not laughing at you. Scott says, it's okay. I got the first of my doxings. TJV says, I have been more supportive of you than the rest of them. I'm not trying to be a dick to you. Scott goes on to say, calls because those guys gave my number out. TJ says he did it by accident as far as I know. Scott says, let him know I will sue him. When it is a civil suit, there's money to be made. A lawyer will take it on contingency. So that was Scott's threat towards TJ, because me and Scott don't talk. The time we talked yesterday, because after this, I did reply to TJ, and I said, put me in a call with this guy, lol, basically. And that ended up happening, right? So there was shit that happened. We ended up talking. All right, yeah, me and Scott were in a call, and you know, I'll be honest, it didn't go. It wasn't sunshine and rainbows for the first like 10 to 20 minutes. All right, we were both pretty pissed off at each other. You know, I'm pretty sure we probably would have fist fighted. If Scott says built as he says he is, he probably would have gotten the upper hand, and then I would have to come at him the next day with like a bat or something. But you know, just normal shit. Yeah, just casual gush. And eventually, about 10 to 20 minutes into the call, after we were done shitting on each other, and Scott stopped getting like fucking calls, or I don't know what he did to his phone, but apparently, because apparently we had a good amount of people yesterday, and whatever. There are not a lot of Scott fans either, but they were like calling him, spam calling him or whatever. So he shut off his phone or some shit. Maybe, I don't know. They did something, worked it out. Eventually, like, Scott thought I was being disingenuous. He said that he thinks I was being disingenuous and shit this whole time. I strongly disagree. I think I've been pretty fucking fair, all things considered. I mean, I'll ask you guys. How about this? I'll ask the chat. Give me a 1 if you think I've been fair to Scott thus far. And give me a 2 if you agree with Scott and think I've been disingenuous as all fuck. And have not been giving him, like, an out. So that's a 1 for being fair. And that's a 2 for being completely fucking disingenuous. Just out to get Scott. Completely dislike him. And, yeah. We got a 1. We got a bunch of 1s. Got a 1.5. 1.5. Bag it edits. Thank you. Appreciate that. GG Evans with the 5. I'll be playing some Halo MCC while you litigate the Scott versus Society case. Also, Liz is a horrible mother. Ha! I get that. I get that. 69 TJ.
Also, Liz
Thank
is
you.
a horrible mother.
TJ, you're alive. I didn't know you were alive, TJ. What the fuck? Yeah, TJ, if you want to come in, I can bring you in later-ish if you're available. And so I roughly got a bunch of 1s. No real 2s. I got like a bunch of 1s. Bro, you could just sue Liz Katz first. Well, that's one of the things that came to my mind. Okay, so unanimously, my chat thinks that Scott is wrong, and my chat is very smart. So Scott, you're wrong. L Scott. But like, the thing with this is like, I don't understand it. Like when I first saw it, like I got pissed because I'm like, when I was thinking when I saw this, I'm like, this guy is a petty little fucking bitch, right? Like, what I thought is like he expects everybody to fucking look at things his way and to accept that he makes fucking mistakes. But the second somebody else makes a fucking mistake, like me, because I didn't do that on fucking purpose. Number 1, I didn't fucking do that on purpose. All right, and you should know better. If some jackoff is fucking telling you that I'm maliciously doing this shit, you don't fucking believe them right off the bat. Like, that's what I think, and that's what I thought. That was my initial fucking response, like my gut response. On the flip side, though, I will say this: if somebody, even accidentally fucking leaked my number out to the public and shit, and there were like about 100 people that they were out for blood and shit, yeah, I'd be a little fucking pissed too. So yeah, I can meet you halfway on that. But still, I thought personally it was a fucking petty bitch thing to do, especially when you want sympathy and you want people to look at things as you being able to make mistakes, but you can't allow other people to make mistakes too. Like, again, given the circumstances and the context, I guess I could understand your fucking gut reaction and shit. And we did clear the air. And by the end of it, we did become like, we got on amicable terms. But I'll get into that. You also fought with TJ in this call. So basically, when I told TJ to bring me into a call with this guy, it was him, me, and TJ, right? And after me and Scott went at each other, TJ had some words for Scott too. And I'll be honest, I did not expect that to go like fucking TJ, man. that was something, bro. That was something. TJ versus Scott. Oh my god, that was like, I never thought TJ was the type of person that can actually get fucking mad, but this dude, oh my god, TJ, you fucking popped off on Scott, my guy. You were like, I can't even replicate it. Sorry about the small break from vids. TJ, don't worry, you'll be back to making them in like a day or two, right? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, don't worry. We'll be having some new TJ V drops soon. Yeah, I'll get into the TJ thing, but like also another thing that went to my mind though too was like, should this guy really be making threats to be fucking suing other people when he can't even really afford the fucking lawsuit or like whatever for, you know, the Liz versus Delirious thing, right? So I mean, those are just the kind of two things that go to my brain. Like, if anything, I chose like the let's talk thing as a way to see like, okay, first of all, I wanted to curse this guy out and I wanted to like confront face to face, obviously. He also, I guess, wanted to do that. So just it's like one of those, I guess, guy things, right? You get all the fucking rage that you need out of there, and then you like, you know, whatever. We'll see where it goes. You know, and I'm kind of like glad we did end up on amicable terms. I didn't dislike this guy, but like I didn't dislike. I had a better look at him by the end of it. Personally, from my combo with him, he seemed how do I say? Okay, he is fucking insane. Like insane in the sense where like he seems like insane but with reason, if that makes any fucking sense. Like he doesn't do like quirky or fucking crazy shit just for like the lulz or whatever. Like my old friend or whatever. He's more like a. That's weird. I don't even know how to describe it. I mean, he definitely is autistic. You know, he's a bit socially tarded. Like he doesn't really have any people skills at all. You can really fucking tell that. But yeah, I mean, it pretty much ended with like, he thought I was disingenuous. I disagreed. I said, okay, look, here's the thing. We called each other a bunch of shit, and I understand where you're coming from. I didn't mean to leak your shit, Scott. By this point, he had already dropped the whole, you know, suing bit or whatever. And I was just like, listen, all right, I didn't mean to do this shit, but I do understand why you would be, you know, pissed off. Again, considering there was like a high attendance that day and a bunch of people that were out for him, right? Pretty much. I could understand him, cut him a break. So I just deleted the VOD because I didn't want to fucking wait to do any edits and I didn't want to keep it private. Prior though, I did make a copy, apparently, because as soon as the video went off, I made that little bit of an edit, you know, just to make sure nobody got and started fucking spamming him or trying to locate him or whatever the fuck. But that apparently on YouTube saves a copy, and yeah, I apparently have a copy, so I could just technically premiere that, label it like Scott versus the World or Liz Katz X versus the World, because that was pretty much the theme of yesterday's video. I think we can agree with that, right? I think like everybody versus Scott, something like that. Scott is still in chat. Look up contingency lawsuit. TJ is growing on me. That's good, Dev. That's good. TJ is a good egg. TJ's a good egg. Scott, why did you date and marry her back then for the stuff she's done for you? We raised Zane for 2 years. You need to fight up. What the fuck does that mean? It does to me. Explain the hell out of my mother. Why if you? Oh my god, people are just fucking. You know, I called yesterday Scott versus the World. I think this is like Scott versus the World Part 2, my guys. Scott wanted it leaked. I respect that, Dev. Not many people was in the generation. Why did Scott give you, a complete stranger, his number anyway? No fucking clue. Actually, that's a good fucking question. Scott, why did you give me your fucking number? Like, just off the bat, like a complete stranger. I mean, look, honestly, the only logical reason I can think of is that he's fucking autistic. Like, the lack of social skills that he has, he thinks this is fucking normal, but it really isn't. Doesn't really think of the repercussions. That's the only thing I can think of. But again, yeah, that's probably one of the questions I asked him right off the bat. I didn't even ask him that. I just straight up said, "You gave me your fucking number and I didn't fucking ask for it." Right? But then again, there is another thing that Scott does do. So here's the thing with Scott that I realized, and he can even say, like, yesterday. I don't know if you guys remember. This will probably be one of the elephant in the rooms that, like, will have to be talked about. So Scott kind of, like, low-key threw TJ under the bus a little bit. Now, TJ didn't ask for anything, but Scott decided to divulge some info or something about, you know, which I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Scott does things even if you don't ask him to, right? In terms of, like, giving you stuff or whatever. So, again, I don't know what's going through his mind. I don't know what this guy's thinking. All I can think is that he's autistic, right? So the autism, that's probably the only thing I could think of. The only logical thing I can think of. Hello, Jessica Foss. How's it going? But other than that, I have no fucking clue. You could ask him yourself. He is in chat. Scott says he has 16 numbers. What the fuck? It's a dummy number on a computer. Scott, are you fucking kidding me? I did not. What are you talking about? Scott tells you shit even if you didn't ask. Is that real Moo? He used to sell Louis' panties. What the fuck, Louis? Oh. I thought you said Louis' panties for a second. I was like, what? Louis had panties? More stuff. This seriously isn't looking good for Scott. I hope Zane is with his grandparents instead of Scott. I don't think Scott is autistic. I just think stress has overcome the guy, and given time, he'll adjust. You can't see my messages, sadly. I hate ads. It's a VoIP server? A VoIP server? What's a VoIP server, Scott? Megtonic says he mentioned 3 girlfriends, and they hardly related to the story. Scott, are you an Homewrecker fan? You posted there in November 2007. Scott, you used to post offering to tell Liz's underwear on adult adult DVD talk forums before anything. Huh. Scott, no lawyer's gonna take your suit, especially under contingency. Man, you guys in that legal mumbo jumbo. What is going on in chat, though? Seems like a lot is going down. Originally offering to sell Rizzy Zim's things from scenes. What do you think of Louis' little kid voice? I think you should stop doing it because he's like, isn't Louis like 40 years old or something? Bro, Sen, shut up. It's not funny. I love Ohm. Dude, we all love Omi. He's the Omi, man. He's the unironically though, Ohm's been looking the best out of this whole thing. Like again, the delirious criminal shit came out. It doesn't matter how much like people want to downplay that or how much he wants to pretend like it's not him. All signs point that it is him, and the downplaying is just, I don't know, it's really silly, but it's to be expected. Liz has always been a really bad mother. It's pretty fucking obvious. I mean, that's just. I don't know what you guys think about like a pregnant woman like still doing OnlyFans, not even taking a break, right? She's so money hungry and greedy that even when she's pregnant, Liz will send naked photos of herself. I don't know what you think about that. I just think personally that's a bad mother. I don't know. I'll be hard pressed to find somebody that disagrees with that, but hey, it's 2023. Anything is fucking possible at this point in time. And then, you know, Scott just fucking threatening people left and right. Which, like, you know, somebody was telling me, you know, that's another thing him and Delirious seem to have in common then. You know, Delirious threatened fucking TJV, right? And Scott threatened you. And that was like, you know, that's a good point. I guess the only difference I can see in this case, I mean, both very petty and bitch moves, but the one difference I can see in this is that, what do you call it? So for Delirious, all it took for Delirious to want to sue somebody is that you're talking not even bad about him. TJV didn't even talk bad about him. He just showed public information that made that exposed Delirious basically for beating up a minor, right? And that was enough to get Delirious angry and make threats and basically said, stop looking into this, TJ. I totally did not beat up that kid, and to prove that I didn't, I'm going to threaten you with a lawsuit, TJ. So that's a great fucking look. On the flip side, Scott just fucking straight up tells TJV, you know, I'm gonna sue his ass, basically, right? So there you go. You know, and I mean, for the whole, you know, like the fucking number thing or whatever, which I mean, now Scott's telling me that it's like a burner number or something. I have no fucking clue. Like I said, me and this guy ended on like amicable terms. I think he ended on amicable terms with TJ, although they did get into a fight. They got into it. I wanted to bring in TJ so that he could tell you like the details, but apparently TJ is going to like some fucking party. You know, he's probably gonna party like a Hicks star or something. So unfortunately, we can't get the first account from TJ. Maybe he'll go over it on his his video or whenever it drops. But I guess the TLDR, what I can break it down to is that so TJ basically said, "You threw me under the bus. What the fuck is wrong with you?" to Scott, and Scott was like, "Just be fucking courteous to me." Or whatever, and then I won't take whatever the fuck you're saying on stream personally. And TJ was like, basically like, I don't have to show you any fucking courtesy. General, like basically he was saying that he's like, I don't have to give you a heads up whenever I criticize you. And Scott thought that, you know, otherwise. So it's like that seemed to be the point of contention, whether or not you know, Scott deserves a heads up from TJ if TJ is going to be critical on him. And TJ thought that he didn't have to, and Scott felt like slighted because of that. So Scott pretty much threw TJ under the bus on that stream the other day, and TJ didn't like that. So they fought for a little bit. Eventually, I do believe they're on still amicable terms. I'm not going to talk to Scott. That was a one and done. You know, fucking truth be told, he's pissing me off right now. Like, just being in the chat. But it's all good. It's whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm sure the feeling's mutual. So, it's all good, my dude. It's all good. Let's see what is going on in the chat, actually. What the fuck is going on? Difference is Scott created his own blunder. Guys, Scott is like 49 and casually passed his number to Sen, which I believe is under 18. No, I am not under 18. If I was under 18, then fucking Scott threatening me would be even fucking worse. Because he'd be threatening like a fucking minor or something, and that would not be really a good look. But no, I am not under 18. Sen, let's just say this whole drama is cringe. It is cringe. It is very cringe. It's adults not acting like adults, and you know, what can you say? H2O and Liz are probably watching and laughing at Scott. H2O and Liz are probably watching the whole train wrecks and shit. I have no doubt that they are. They're in there. You know, they're in there. What's funny is that he wasn't even the first one to use it. I'm pretty sure it was used in the Halloween video. Scott's a Chihuahua. Sounds older than that. Yeah, I'm 23. Chihuahua, like, why are you talking about Chihuahua? Scott's not a pedo, but he is an idiot and a schizo. Two things disliked. Scott, you gotta remember YouTubers are not your friends. I believe is the only sane one in this drama. Holy shit. You know what? I think that's the cue for another poll. So far, 70% of you don't think that Scott's gonna sue me, and I guess you're partially right since we're on amicable terms now. Amicable, I believe, is that like we're God, I dislike this guy. I'm sorry, I don't like him. After all the shit he did, like this in particular made my fucking blood boil. So I guess maybe amicable is what you're looking for. Like I'm not out on a crusade to like destroy this guy's character or make sure like I'm giving my opinion on whether or not he's stable enough to do this. I don't know him personally. If you did know him personally, maybe you would change. Hell, maybe I would change my mind if I knew him personally. But I don't have the patience, and I don't have I don't have the time to do that. Like you guys can't just possibly go on one-on-ones with this guy. This is extremely fucking autistic to think that he can be like, you are given the surface level shit and you can only go off of surface level shit. That's why optics are important. That's why Liz and fucking Delirious are winning in the court of public opinion, which is very stupid because now that I think about it, it's like, yeah, I mean, the entire thing, this was brought into the court of public opinion because of the TJV interview. But if you want to go further than that, really, it was because Liz immediately wanted to get a head start on this whole thing by going on her Instagram and then going on her Twitter, and I don't know. So, like, I don't know. It's, there's a lot of fucking stupid shit here. It's just adults not acting like adults. I don't like this guy. He doesn't like me. I don't know if amicable is the terms. I'm not gunning for him. He's not looking to sue me anymore. I don't think he's gonna have any more mental breakdowns, or that makes you feel any better. I think like he had like the worst week, the worst L of his life this week. I think he might have learned the importance of being semi-optical, because again, at the end of the day, right now it is the court of public opinion, and Liz and Delirious seem to be winning, which is unfortunate because again, Liz is a horrible person as well, and so is Delirious. Again, like, it almost seems like Delirious gets a pass from a lot of people because you can maybe give him the benefit of the doubt, but again, like, if that shit comes out of him beating the kid up, like, how do you excuse that? I bet people will still try to excuse it and be like, oh, he's just a college student beating up like a fucking middle schooler. It's okay. I can totally see people from like the Delirious army trying to say that. It's I don't know, man. It's just weird. It's just a weird situation. Scott chilled. Lol. Scott, did you stalk chilled? Jack the Ripper. Oh, I believe is the only sane one in this drama. What the fuck? Everybody heard Chilled Venom tell him to relax and take a break, but here we are. Okay. Think he'll have more than he can deal with very soon. Oh, what are you? That is interesting. This is how bad people win because someone does something really stupid. Destroying a character is hard to do if you're struggling with a divorce and have kids that is being kept away from you. It makes you do crazy stuff. At the end of the day, both people are wrong for actions even. You did a meta search? What is a meta search? You not consider that stalking? Amicable isn't a word? Amicable is a word. Okay, I need to know what the fuck is happening. You want it from the top or you want it from now? Did a meta search on Chilled. Meta is Facebook. That's ghosting / stalking. No, it's not. It's literally just a search. I told you. Oh boy. Let's ask the people actually. How about that? Let's ask the people. Hold on. Because the people have never been wrong. All right. Did Scott stalk Chilled Venom? Let's put a little question mark. See what you guys have to say about this. Did Scott stalk Chilled Venom? While you guys do that, I want to go ahead and I want to play something from back in the old TJ stream. By the way, this is going to be Mother of the Year. I don't think she'll strike me for that. I don't think Liz is the striking type of woman, but okay. So we've already gone over how loony Scott can be and shit like that. This is your alternative. Are you guys ready? Okay, so Zane is either going to end up with Scott, or this person right here. This is your alternative, by the way. So yeah, just picture this being your mother. You're a 14-year-old teenager, and this is your mother. Love the title, by the way.
Hey, what's up everybody? This is Liz Katz, and for those of you who don't know me, I'm an actress and cosplay model. And if you've been around the internet for a while, you have probably...
By the way, this is her tame stuff, okay? This isn't even scratching the surface on some of the worst shit out there. And we'll talk about that.
Seen me.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Did Liz make her video? You know, she didn't. If you go on the Liz Katz channel, actually, there are absolutely no new videos since 3 months ago. You go to the Liz Katz channel, there you go. No videos since the last 3 months. But Liz was on her official account making the statements that she was gonna drop a video this week, which we are now in help me out, Saturday. So the week's about to be done. We have one more day. You know, that's always the chance that Liz could pop in with a new video tomorrow, or I don't know, maybe today in like about 3 hours or so. She could just blow our minds. All right, she could show us all the bad things about Scott. You know, she made a lot of claims about this guy. You know, she said he was abusive, you know, he was baiting, he threatened the cat, whatever. Something about the cat. Why the fuck does the cat have any relevance in this? Why does a fucking animal have any relevance in this? I don't understand. I don't understand these people, bro. Let's see where this poll is at. All right. So we're already off to an interesting start. 62. It seems like it's always kind of divided, but not really. So 63% of you right now think that Scott did stalk chilled Venom. Now Scott says it was all metadata, bro. You guys disagree. At least like the majority of you guys seem to disagree that it's not just metadata. Cat's gonna die soon. Man, come on. I didn't look up anybody's Facebook. Don't even know his name. I Google dorked him with metadata, not a Facebook search. I don't know what that means, Scott. Metadata is adjacent data that connects people and information. This guy's a tech wizard, my guys. I think it would have been better that you compile your case with a lawyer instead of airing out your laundry on Discord. I think that's what everybody's been telling this guy from like day one. Look, the only charitable, and I'm sure that's a word, charitable interpretation or leniency you could give him is that he has no people skills. That's pretty much all you can give him. Other than that, you could think the worst of him. Like, it's up to you at the end of the day. I don't even fucking care anymore. It's like, it is what it is. I said what I had to about him. I put it out there. These people, though, like I said, not any better. And I did tell you in the community post, it was going to go Scott, Liz, and Delirious. Not necessarily in that order. Scott's done. I'm sure in more ways than one. Liz, haven't gotten to her. Will. Heads up, spoiler, she's the next one. And then we'll get to Delirious. You know, I'm sure more stuff will eventually drop. Probably. Maybe. It's almost the end of the week. I thought she was dropping it this week. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Unfortunate circumstances. I don't know. A feisty little cosplay model. Retoucher. Gamer. Inferior actor. Oh, what a humble person. Sen, TJV agreed tagging his Twitter when he doesn't have a Sen, TJV agreed tagging his Twitter when he doesn't have a public platform and never told him is bizarre and light stalking. You talked about it yesterday. So TJV agreed with that, apparently. Meow meow, that's right. The hard M, meow meow. Yeah, for sure. I quick search Donald Trump and now I'm a stalk. I quick search Donald Trump and now I'm a stalk. Oh, that's to be the most flawed logic I've seen someone on the Owl. I think he's trolling. Relax. God damn it, Owl. Do owls get angry? Do owls ever get angry? I'm just like generally curious. Or do they just like troll the entire time? Could be gathering data, getting all the proof. He said his son kicked the cat. Then they became friends. Now the cat seems to be at Liz's and H2O Delirious's house with the son, supposedly. She missed out, ho? Who's worse, Keemstar or Scott? Probably Keemstar, to be honest. Sen, you should be the mediator in a debate between Liz, Delirious, and Scott. That will be content. I completely fucking agree with that. And you know what? Who better to lay the fucking, to lay the smack down right down the fucking middle? I hate all of you motherfuckers. All right? I dislike all three of you. I think you guys, what was that thing Gigi said like a fucking, 2 days ago, maybe a day ago? The perfect setup for a fucking bad comedy joke. What did he say? A schizo, a whore, and an alleged pedophile. Well, Gigi didn't say alleged. I'm saying alleged. Delirious. They walk into a bar. Owls always either look pissed or stoned. MrSEN, the divorce lawyer. Whose fucking cat is this? Yeah, seriously. Woman, can you speak to this fucking cat? Alright, come on. I'm sorry I made Chilled cried. Aw, Scott. Scott, that's not nice. What the fuck are you doing, Scott? You're trying to fucking, trying to start shit with Chilled Venom. God damn it, Scott. It's not nice, man. What the fuck, Scott? I'm sorry I made Chilled cry. What the fuck, dude? I like Chilled. Oh, you still like him? Okay. Sen hates them all, so definitely non-bias. Not getting the full research and went on attacking the Vanoss crew with Orphan Wrecker. 407, Scott Steiner, Scotty Too Hottie. Man, change the screen. I don't want to look at this hoe. Oh. I don't want to look at this hoe anymore. Oh. What's wrong with Liz Katz? Alright, Liz Katz is... She just is one of the worst parents ever. Speaking of some of the worst parents ever, just a really quick side note. So apparently fucking Elon Musk and Grimes welcome a third baby. There you go. I don't understand what the appeal behind Grimes is. I never understood what the appeal behind Grimes is. Is Grimes actually attractive or is it just like fucking hype? Because I've always looked at Grimes like some mid bitch, no offense, and I never understood the hype behind her. Like, I never even knew who she was until somebody told me she boned Elon Musk, and I was like, well, Elon Musk fucked this, and I was like, all right, whatever. Then again, fucking Scott fucked Liz, so I mean, and Liz fucked Delirious, and apparently Delirious looks like Tipster, only like about 100 pounds lighter. So yeah, these people aren't they ain't having coitus with the best, they're just kind of I guess horny. But yeah, I mean, am I the only one that thinks Grimes is fucking mid? He's 100% bipolar. That poor child. Feel bad for the Musk children. They got weird ass names. Mechanicus. Fuck. I can read. Technomechanicus. Fuck. I can read. All right, there you go. Technomechanicus. New biography claims. Will Elon boned her unless she... Well, Elon boned her unless she has a dick, son. But, like, why, though? Isn't fucking Grimes incredibly mid? It's probably just that she has some great head game. You know what? Honestly, that's probably the most logical thing that could be used as an explanation. 7 days, Grimes. While they tickled their pickles, turned out to be a sponsor by Raid Shadow Legends. Dude, I wish I had fucking sponsors. What the fuck? I'm like the most family-friendly fucking channel ever. You know, people turn on and they're like immediately like, let's watch a wholesome MrSEN stream where he totally doesn't cross the line and like light people up for no fucking reason. You know, he's the nicest guy out there. I should have like a million sponsorships, all family friendly shit, like Raid Shadow Legends, that Ridge Wallet shit if it still exists, Pepsi just for the fuck of it, you know, shit like that. But they're trying to keep a black man down, man. When I say that I'm black, I mean on the inside, because we're allowed to do that now, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the world where if we feel like we're something on the inside, that must mean we actually are that thing. All right, respect it. Respect 2023. Just here to say good day, Doyle. How's it going? Hey Scott, does Liz have to watch Delirious' body from? That's disgusting. Said ugly people fuck to accept me. What? Said ugly people fuck to accept me. Two with the two O's. Gotcha. Hey, don't put yourself down, man. You just have to put some cologne on, get a nice haircut if you have hair. If not, then I don't know, take some of that fucking hair growth formula that they make in like what, Taiwan or some shit. Aren't they both autistic, Musk and his wife? Oh my god, is that what they bonded over? Autism? Why is it all the autistic people seem to be fucking successful? The fuck is going on here? I miss the old days, guys. Let's take us back to the old days where, like, you know, autistic people weren't fucking... Because, I mean, if you look at it, Musk has been destroying Twitter. Like, Twitter is fucking terrible now. People were acting like Twitter got based and it was like, oh, it's going to be the Wild West and things were going to be like conservative city, and then Musk took over, and then you're getting fucking... You're basically getting taxed for using Twitter at this point. It's basically... Musk basically came in and started enforcing fucking taxes on the Twitterverse. Right? Then he changed the fucking name. He keeps having like these ego trips, and he keeps fucking everything up. And then like he wanted you to give your information, like your government ID, for like a verification system if you had blue. It's like, what the fuck is happening? Now he wants to get rid of the block button, right? Now there's some like, oh, but like it's okay, we can make the mute button better, and that had to do with like ad people or some shit. I don't. This is so fucking stupid. This guy is like the worst, one of the worst people ever. Like, ironically, I don't know why so many of the fucking right wingers and shit were like praising this guy like he was like the second coming of Donald Trump or some shit. It's like, oh my fucking god, dude. Like, are people this easily manipulated? There's no wonder the Delirious Army has so many people, right? Because that's all it fucking takes. It's just like, oh, I'm gonna pretend, guys, I'm gonna wave my magic wand, and then you guys are gonna believe everything. Oh, said I'm autistic and I'm not getting game. Don't worry, your time will come one day. You'll get it. I'm all for transgender people, but transracial people are tarded. Megtonic. Well, you're Australian. You're not American. Honestly, if anyone feels concerned, do leave an anonymous tip to CPS. What the fuck, Meg? My cousin is autistic and he's planning to become an animator. That's cool. They don't love him because of a meme. I mean, because they love him as a meme. Is that really true, Sakura? Sam Smith says people can do whatever he wants to be. Says people can be whatever the wants to be. I don't know what that means. Do you think if Delirious the face reveal, he's going to get bullied like Dream? Probably. Yeah, well, actually, 100%. I was going to say probably, but no, 100% most definitely. The reason for that is that, so the thing with Dream is he let a bunch of people down because they thought he was going to be more attractive. The thing with Dream, though, is that he's not repulsive. From what we understand about Delirious, he's straight up fucking repulsive. Like, again, we're talking about somebody that's like, according to yesterday, about like 100 pounds lighter than Tipster. And that's Tipster. Look up Tipster, and I guess that's Delirious minus 100 pounds. That's not a good look. Even Dream at his worst will never look like that. So while the dream thing was more of like oh, I'm disillusioned and shit, the delirious face reveal would be like, you're fucking disgusting and I want nothing to do with you. Like, Liz will put up with that for the fucking money. That's the thing. And that's like the big, like, Toy Bounty Hunters was trying to preach, like, maybe Liz Katz, the superficial bitch, found beauty in the beast. Shut the fuck up, John. You fucking lying idiot. No, Liz Cat, the superficial bitch who only cares about money and monetizing her fucking children since they're born, since they're in the womb, right? Because she does that. She only cares about Delirious's fucking money. All right? Like, there is no beauty in the fucking beast, Toy Bounty Hunters, you fucking idiot. Like, I hate that John, Toy Bounty Hunters, was trying to make these people look like some wholesome fucking family when they know that's not the case. It's like, no, it's all about money for Liz. It's always been, like, you can literally find, like, the most, just like people are finding the most surface level shit to try to say Scott is 100% a schizo. You can find the most surface level shit about Liz and say, yeah, she's probably gonna only wants the kid to monetize it as, like, a fucking accessory. Like, I guarantee you the only reason she wants Zane now is probably to put him into Family Lyrius or some bullshit like that. If anything, honestly, this kind of just looks like they're trying to fade fucking... I almost don't want to go hard on fucking Scott that much either, because I feel like it's only helping Liz and Delirious, and I don't want to help them. Like, you don't understand. I highly dislike these people. I don't like Delirious because... Are you really going to side with somebody that did that with a minor? Regardless? Like, what the fuck? That sounds fucking ridiculous. Like, that is fucking... stupid. Would you actually, like, and I'm not even talking about the hitting thing, I'm talking about like the phone sex shit. Would you actually side with someone like that? That I can't. What the fuck? No. And then the thing with beating up the kid, even if he's a college student, if he's beating up a middle schooler, what the fuck? Like, I kind of want to know the context of it, in which, why are you beating up a middle schooler? Is it to, like, to feel badass, or are you trying to cover something up, or like what is it? Why did you beat up the middle schooler? Like, like, how the fuck can I support that? How can I help that? I don't want to help that. I don't want to help Delirious. I don't want to help fucking you know, I'm not a toy bounty hunter who has, like, I don't know, maybe like, let's, I don't know, a toy bounty hunter. Delirious makes toys, has toys. Could it be that Toy Bounty Hunters has some kind of deal with Delirious, you know, revolved around toys or something, maybe? I don't know. A Toy Bounty Hunter. Toys. Money. Delirious. I don't know. Weird. I haven't talked to Delirious for 2 years, baby girl. Shows DMs. Actually, I almost forgot. Oh, yeah. Don't mind me deleting a bunch of messages for 10 minutes, baby girl. Yeah, I wonder. But I don't care. I wouldn't take Delirious's blood money. Fuck that. That's disgusting. If John wants to take his blood money, fuck John. John's a fucking prick. He already got exposed. I'm not sorry that I exposed you, by the way, John. Go eat a dick. But, yeah, I can't do that. I can't fucking get behind it. And fucking Liz, man. Oh my god. She's like the worst type of fucking woman, man. I almost don't even want to go hard on Scott because I don't like these people. And I know they're loving it. They're eating it up. Right? They're just like, oh yes, keep making Scott look terrible. Keep making Scott spur. I don't want to help you. I highly dislike you. Fuck, honestly, given everything, like, between the fucking thing with the minors and just being like not caring about your kid and being a whore, I don't know. I kind of still prefer Scott. I mean, all things considered, do I think he's capable of it? No, but I think I don't know, man. Personally speaking, I kind of prefer him because again, like, Delirious, minors, doesn't have a good history, does he? Liz, monetizing children because she can, right? Because it makes her money. I don't know, man. Like, at most you can say that Scott was being a Kiwi farmer to find fucking Chilled Venom, I guess. Or maybe not even that, because Scott didn't even fucking dox Chilled. We're acting like Scott doxed Chilled. He didn't. Kiwi Farmers dox people. At most, you can say that fucking Scott did like a not even a mid-level Kiwi Farm move, like a low-level Kiwi Farm move. Oh my god, how could I have ever located this guy who has the same fucking alias? Like, that's fucking ridiculous. The more I think about it, the more it's kind of stupid. Like, Kiwi Farmers are significantly worse than Scott, and yet Scott looks like he's getting like a really, really bad. I don't know, man. Maybe I just don't want to fucking help Delirious and fucking Liz. These people fucking suck. All these people fucking suck. She's still hot. I'm talking about Liz. Local YouTube user Delirious versus Stay Puff Marshmallow Man. If he wasn't convinced, guess we should trust the law, like it or not. They just want you to be one-sided, Sen, be yourself. And don't be no one's side. Yeah, I'm gonna release a diss track as well. Ba, ba, ba. Liz be like Jabba, whatever, Lyrius. Liz be like Jabba, whatever, Lyrius. This started losing views. We need to have another. Dude, you know what's fucking insane? On Liz's like, if you go to Liz's video, she straight up shows the babies. Like, she has no, she doesn't blur the babies' faces. She just markets the babies, right? That's all she fucking does. Like, I'm sorry, you want me to think that a parent that monetizes her children, like babies, is a fucking good parent? No, not at all. Fuck you. Fuck you, and fuck you for trying to make me think that. Never. Fuck that shit, bro. I'm not trying to get on any moral high horse, but don't fucking try to insult my intelligence. No, you're not gonna fucking fool me into thinking that, oh, if I monetize my child, that must mean I love them. No, you're putting them in the fucking line of fire. What the fuck are you talking about? I didn't believe that shit with the umbrella guy. I'm not gonna believe that shit with Liz. No, if you monetize your kid, you definitely don't fucking care. At least if they're babies, then that, you know, if you want to like make the argument for like, well, when they become kids and they want their own clout, maybe. But if they're fucking babies, no. What the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. Like, they can't even decide. They don't have the option to decide. You do. You just get to show them off in like public. For what? Liz putting them all over videos and shit. Like, what the fuck? Ah, man. She marketed them while they were still in the womb. Yeah, exactly. I'm not even capping when I say that. Literally, when Liz was pregnant, and this was around the drama where she was lying for Delirious and saying that Omrecker was full of shit and that Delirious never ran any alt accounts and blah, 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 blah. She was literally getting fucking naked while she had the kid in her stomach. You could see, and like, that was fucking uncomfortable as shit. I don't know what kind of sick weirdos would be okay with looking at Liz naked while, with the fucking, like, the baby bump. Like, the fuck? And she was advertising that on Twitter. And that was supposedly woman empowerment. All right, go, girlfriend. You go. That's fucking, what? That's fucking bizarre. What the fuck? How is that woman empowerment? Like, what? No fucking shot, bro. No shot. Oh shit, Sen is hopping on the mic. I'm hopping on the mic. Yeah, I'm cooking, bro. The phone sex was a failed face reveal attempted by basically does work Marcel with a 17-year-old, as the Vanoss crew stated. Wildcat said they didn't know at the time. It was a sick joke for a pic. I'm just annoyed with Scott. Ditto, bro. See, now Scott is doing the right thing now, not talking. Don't give Liz and H2O more trash. Yeah, pretty much. Because I don't want to help these shitty people. All right. I don't want to give them more ammo than I feel like I already have. Because I feel like, honestly, give me a 1 in the chat if you think that we've done like... like, we I was gonna say we've done damage to Scott's image, but I think the whole thing would be like, oh no, Scott did damage to Scott's image. But we've lit this guy up, like we have. You know, I'm not gonna deny that. We all have, you know, you guys out there, me. I think we put our foot down with this guy, and we kind of said, dude, it's time to fucking stop. Right? Meanwhile, Liz, you know, the wicked bitch of the West, and fucking Delirious, you know, what is it? Somebody in chat said Jarlirious or Jobalirious over there. They're loving this. They're just loving every second of it. They're like, we don't even have to do any work. You know, just get up all those MrSEN streams and just look at Scott. That's all it is, right? That's all they've been doing. I don't know. It's weird. Oh shit! Is that the real Ohm Wrecker? Ohm Wrecker, you should give me a bunch of money. To be honest, you know, you should give me like $100 right now. You know, I'm just saying. And I'll retract the part where I called you a pussy, like for an entire year. I will not call you a pussy for an entire year, and I will retract my prior statements if you give me $100. On record. They're ignoring that face reveal call became sexual, and it wasn't Bria Lynn that took it there. She claimed in her tweets earlier this year, now deleted, that she was traumatized over it. They're also ignoring that there are more girls than Bria Lynn that came forward with allegations. Oh yeah, isn't that the thing that fucking Liz Katz like went over in her video? Let me go pull that up actually. Lizard Cats. I know they don't want to see the dumb hoe, but we gotta meow 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 up in this bitch. Hold up. Oh yeah, be sure to send a like, by the way, guys. Send a like for the algo gods. We gotta fix that shit up. All right. Yeah, it's this video, wasn't it? Okay, so I was trying to get footage from this video for the Liz video that I'm gonna make. I believe it's
back and forth with the same crap. It's never
fucking amazing content.
anything new. It's always the same crap. Well, it was nothing new until the whole Twitter suspension issue on DeliriousMrSEN, but again, we'll go into that later. So let's move on to Sarah, not her real name.
By the way, didn't you dox like that fucking one chick in this fucking video, that Amy Hughes person? You revealed her fucking... Okay, this is another problem I have with this bitch. She literally goes into the TJV chat. She's crying about allegedly TJ and Scott doxing her kid. When she fucking literally doxed Amy Hughes or whatever the fuck there on this fucking video with no repercussions and nobody moral grandstanding about that. Nobody gave a shit, right? No, you know what we did instead? We attacked the shit out of that woman because this stupid bitch. Oh, you know what? I have the perfect meme for this, actually. And by the way, this is what I'm showing. But, yeah. I have the perfect meme. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here it is. Yes. The perfect meme. Hey! This is basically what it was in a nutshell, all right? Okay, you see this right here? This is basically what that entire thing was.
He poisoned our water supply, burned our crops, and delivered a plague unto our houses!
He did?
No! But are we just gonna wait around until he does?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. That's all she did. She said, oh, they did all this. And then everybody in the Delirious Army, including us at the time, we were like, what? For real? And then she's like, no, but like it could happen. So like, let's get the head start here. You know, kind of fucked up, kind of suspicious. Let's see what else is going on. What's going on in chat? Is the Ohm Wrecker guy still in there? Scott did his own damage. Haven't played Siege. Why are you talking about Siege now, bro? She literally made her baby threaten before she did it public. Sup, How's it going? Finding out Delirious beats up children should further validate the fear the woman had when he was threatening her baby. Like, not only validate the fact, not only validate that, you know, the fear, but just fucking make it like, you know how you look for patterns of behavior and shit, right? When you see patterns of behavior and things, and in this case with Delirious, right? So we can take the criminal charge that he has, or not criminal charge, whatever the fuck charge is, you know, him beating up the kid. Take that into consideration when you go ahead and you know, those alt accounts that came up where they threatened the baby, right? And allegedly, you know, it hasn't been proven that it's Delirious, but I think that based on the fact that Delirious has several alt accounts that he was exposed for having, I think it wouldn't be a stretch to say that those were his. In fact, I would go as far as to say that some of the people in the Vanoss crew can probably even lean in the direction of saying, yeah, that's probably Delirious too. They won't do it. They won't be able to confirm or deny that, but I'm pretty sure if they were put on the spot, they would say, yeah, that's probably Delirious. So then, more of the patterns of behavior, Delirious being aggressive towards minors, so much so that he beats them up. Yeah, I can totally see Delirious threatening a child with a gun because he beat up a child as a college student. Yeah, that's a pattern of behavior right there. So you got two patterns now. You got the pattern where Delirious is aggressive towards kids. You have the pattern where Delirious makes alt accounts. That's two right there. Interesting. He's already gotten caught with the one, and the charge thing is there. The only thing that's keeping us from saying that it actually is him is just Delirious saying, dude, trust me, it's not actually me. I mean, like, it makes sense that it's me, but like, don't worry about it. I'm just lovable Delirious, man. You know, there's no way this could basically giving him the benefit of the doubt because he's not, you know, he plays a good optics role pretty much. But yeah, it's not hard to see that it most likely is Delirious, and he most likely did all this shit. Let's see how it was going. I'm shocked there's not more cleavage showing. I mean, okay, when she was making this, she was fucking pregnant, okay, bro? But then again, you know, she was showing herself naked on Twitter, if that makes it any better. I guess this was her professional attire, where she had to try to be professional because she was the allegations and lies exposed, and why Delirious was suspended from Twitter. What is this? The real reason why Delirious is suspended from Twitter came clean. Correction, Delirious misspoke when he gave the dates and the accounts were created. Okay. So I mean, what was his
Just wrong.
what was his initial?
So let's now move on to how this all ties in with Twitter. Well, the same handful of people, and some of them might be the same people running multiple accounts. And again, I am almost completely certain that a lot of these are females that Delirious has talked to previously, that these are the accusers, and then there's a few randoms mixed in, but these...
You move your hands a lot, lady. Why are you moving your hands so much when you're saying this?
Are people that clearly are talking amongst themselves, and then just...
She's just being very charismatic, you see. You know, I also like to flail my hands around like a wacky tube man when I tell the truth about certain things as well. It doesn't show that I'm jittery or nervous or flustered in any way, shape, or form, and it doesn't show that I am clearly lying through my teeth at all. I'm just so quirky and charismatic, and I like to flail my arms around. You all like to flail your arms around, right, guys? When you're telling the truth, you like to flail your arms around, right? That's a common thing.
Just keep digging this out over and over and over again. And it has really, really, really been wearing on Delirious. And this constant back and forth chatter.
That's just because she's clucking. That's clearly what it.
And they're constant going on anything mentioning about Delirious or Own Record. These people will appear on them. I have them blocked from my main account. Yes, I do
Hey, that's an Wrecker move. You're not allowed to block people, because that's like Wrecker stuff.
have an alt account.
Only Wrecker blocks people, and that's why we should get ass mad about him.
It's an account I use for just family, and then I have another account that I use for just looking at stuff I don't want to accidentally click like on. Everyone has accounts like these. However, I do not interact from this account. I do not try to spread any information, like things, do anything from this account. But Delirious has been being so worn down about this, and he did what I told him not to do. He kept looking. And he kept looking, and it was the same things and same people just saying the same things over and over. And yes, we do know this is an assembled group of lackeys, as when Omrecker tried to make the initial claims against the whole group, they did have a private Discord. They were making plans on how to attack this. This guy was trying to make a private network to be calculated, devious, and malicious. I will say...
Well, how can he do that if he has, like... Wasn't Ohm the least liked person in Vanoss? Like, I'm pretty sure that if Ohm ever spoke... Well, I mean, that's actually what happened, isn't it? Ohm spoke out, and then everybody just, like, destroyed him. Oh, that's funny. Oh, God. Rest in peace, my dude. I don't think you're gonna have, like, a YouTube career after this, Ohm. I think the career might be... My bad, dude. I think I kind of, like, hope that... My bad. Can you picture... can you put a picture of a trash can up instead of Liz Katz? I could do that. I don't think people like Liz very much. You guys like Liz? Oh, by the way, let me check out the old fucking poll. So apparently 62% of you guys, or 61% of you guys, do think that Scott stalked Chilled Venom.
Sen, she's doing magic tricks. Her sleight of hands will make the pedo allegations disappear.
Gigi Evans. Gigi Evans, that's alleged. Okay? You know, Delirious allegedly, and charitability, and like whatever else, the fluff that you want to put in there. Let's put a new poll up here. Do you like Liz Katz? That's a new poll. That's a fresh one right there. I'm a hand stalker. When I talk about things I really care about weirdly. Where in the bleach I need to clean? Where is the bleach? I need to clean my eyes from a dirty hoe. Oh my God. Listen, man, Liz is a classy woman. Okay, she'll get naked even when she's pregnant. That's 100% classy. All right. So a few accounts talking about them is bad. Apparently, man, that's not good. Criticism is not welcome. I don't know if I pointed this out already, but I will give Scott this. Scott threatened to sue me after revealing, like, accidentally, but still, nevertheless, revealing, like, a phone number. Delirious wanted to sue TJ for saying mean things. Or, like, not even saying mean things, because TJ didn't even say mean things. TJ just got, like, information, said, hey, Delirious, you beat up somebody. I guess we should get the context of this, though. And Delirious was like, no, this is smearing. This is... I totally didn't do this, by the way, but this is a smear campaign, TJV. I'm tired of your uploads, even though I was kissing your ass like a week ago, but like now I'm tired of you. Fuck you, TJ. You're gross. Oh, by the way, this is still totally not me, okay? You can tell that it's totally not me by my reaction and wanting to sue you. It's like, what the fuck? It's fucking weird, bro. Delirious is like... I don't know, man. He's something. I don't know where she gets her lip fillers, but she could change. She should change document. Docs. Yeah, I mean, I kind of noticed this too while I was re-going over the video to try to get the footage. She does look like she has like a lot of Botox here or something. And so like when you get Botox, their whole injections and shit, right? She's talking really fucking weird in this video. Compared to some of the other videos she's had. So I kind of wonder if, like, the doctor fucked up her Botox or some shit. Maybe, like, I don't know, jabbed it into her fucking tongue or something, and then her tongue got numb or something. Because I've been hit with, like, something to numb my mouth, too. Giggity. Because, dental, okay? Dental. And, like, when you have that shit, you can barely fucking talk coherently. So I'm just like listening to her talk in this. plus seeing her fucking lips being like huge. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe the doctor kind of fucked up and maybe hit her tongue with the fucking anesthetic or some shit. And so, like, she hurried to make this fucking video or something. And I don't know, maybe you should have taken your time, you know, wait until, like, the anesthetic fucking wore off or, like, I don't know, something. I mean, she had to address this, though. She really came out with this video faster than the Scott video, though. We got to give her that. Look at this fucking disgusting... And look at this. Finally, answers and lies exposed. I always hate this fucking thing of Omewrecker because it just makes him look like a creepy old man. Oh, but this guy over here, though, like, he has... You know what the fucked up thing about this, too, is? Then you know the thing about the miners and shit, and then you see the little bear. Like, you kind of want to think of Pedo Bear at that point. You know, like, Delirious is hugging Pedo Bear. And then fucking Ohm, like, the creepy old man in the bunny suit and shit. Ohm hiding in the fucking bush. Does Ohm seem like the type of guy that would watch people have sex? Like, does he seem like a watcher to you guys? In the bunny suit, he's hiding, just watching them having sex. Fucking Delirious with his little pedo bear in the corner. Disgusting. Absolutely fucking disgusting. I think the most important thing is how Liz has survived getting plowed by H2O Delirious if he's almost as big as Tipster. But then again, I did hear a little bit of a rumor from the windmill the other day that this woman over here, Liz, has no shame, that she'll do pornos with like 60-year-old men, apparently. There's a bunch of tapes out there of Liz. She is definitely a porn star. So I wouldn't put it past her. Would not put it past her. You know, she'll take it from anyone, man. It's very, very depressing. Very depressing stuff. Oh my goodness. See what's everybody. What's the hub? What's going on in the chat? She did expose her lies with that video. Yeah. What's crazy to me is she apparently loves being in the sex work, having an OnlyFans. Yet Saya, in one of her Instagram posts, the only reason she got... yet says in one of her Instagram posts, the only reason she got into it because she was groomed. The fuck? Really? Really? That's kind of... It's kind of wild. What the fuck? Okay, so apparently you're... What the fuck? Okay, so you get groomed and then you decide to get in the sex working industry, I guess? I don't fucking know. They claim to be the kid that got beat up. What are you talking about, Scott? Bad Botox. Delirious is easily angered. Scott is a mentally ill ex, and Liz is a liar. Is that fair? No. Because if anything, Delirious should look the the worst out of these people. You know. If you've ever seen a pic of Lisa okay, I don't know what you're talking about, Dev. When you finally get the proof of all the allegations and the evidence of both parents, it'll be pretty sweet or bittersweet for all drama channels. Very true. Ohm's avatar reminds me of Noid from Domino's. For clarification, for legal, I meant Liz exposed Liz's lies. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. How can you watch when he has a blindfold? How can he... Yeah, exactly. How can I watch when I have a fucking... Oh, that's fucked up. Pedo Bear Lirius. Oh, my God. Hey, I didn't say it. I'm just reading chat, bro. Hashtag buttsex-ohm. I think Ohm is the type of guy to have, like, a gay porno with somebody. It seems like a very immoral thing to do, but maybe that's something in the vaults. I didn't know he didn't want it out. What are you talking about, Scott? Delirious would be the one watching others having sex, considering his girlfriend passed line. What? Oh. Oh, I thought you said Ohm for a second. I was like, what? Okay. Pick the family channel or the porn channel. What the fuck? I was hoping someone would remember that. I sure do, man. That was back when life was easy. Life was simple. You know, I want to know more about this. You know, let's hear it from the man himself. I want to know more about this. So So we gotta go, in order to get that, we gotta go to the TJ channel. Where all the fuckery happened. TJV! TJV! Hold on. Let me go into Liz Katz's X real quick. How appropriate now. Let's see if she's made a new post. Oh, okay. So she has made like little subtle tweets, I guess. Kind of, maybe. The last thing she wrote was like 20 hours ago, apparently. Shows this little thing. Oh my gosh, she's posting Darkwing Duck. Okay, so 20 hours ago, this is the last thing she posted. My week in meme form. Them, I never said that. Me, screenshots. So she seems to be prepping still. Apparently. So this, I guess, like, oh, she's hiding comments. Interesting. Hold on, let me check what those are real quick. What is this? I don't know what that's about. I won't click it. But anyway, it looks like she's still working on this shit. I don't know. This was like 20 hours ago, apparently. Roughly around the time we were streaming, I guess. Or around the time the stream finished up or something. So I don't know. I guess this is like an indicator that she's still going along with the video. She's still making it. I guess she's just gathering shit. I think what you would call that receipts. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Do you think Liz is like gathering receipts for this shit? Do you think it's still coming out based off of this? I mean, I don't want to read too much into a random fucking tweet with a meme, but again, this kind of looks like very like yeah, it's kind of like obvious, you know, my week in meme form. Them, I never said that. Me screenshot. I don't know. I think it's pretty safe to assume that she's referring to a certain something here. What do you think? Do you think she's gonna make the video? Do you think she's still making the video? Think she's getting the receipts? She'll pull up with the glizzy. No, not the glizzy. If she does, she better do a better job than last. Yeah, that's the thing. Fucking Liz the last time didn't do good at all. Didn't do any good. Didn't do any favors at all for her, in fact. She's kind of like, I mean, I don't want to say she damaged her credibility completely, but logically speaking, she kind of did. Or whatever, it is what it is. Let's see if she'll do a better job than last time. I'm also, like, the thing with Liz, too, though, a lot of the shit she says can be twisted, and I'm already expecting her to twist certain things, but that's just given her past, you know, behaviors and just covering up for her husband, her having more of, like, a incentive to make sure, or not husband, whatever the fuck he is, boyfriend, a baby father, whatever the fuck you want. The point is, you're not married. You should probably ask Delirious why he hasn't put a ring on it. Okay? Like, I mean, I would think, listen, I would like to think that the reason that he hasn't put a ring on it yet is because he knows that if he puts a ring on you, you're going to take everything you can from him at the most opportune moment. But then again, I don't know. Maybe, as Toy said, maybe he found beauty in the beast. Yeah, dude. So, totally, bro. Totally. What is going on? Ohm brought it up. They doxed together. What are you talking about? What's going on? Delirious doxed Ohm's girlfriend, so it doesn't sound like they're married. Oh, you're talking about Ohm's girlfriend now? Ohm, I'm making a Gmod animation. What the fuck? Is Scott Ohm's brother? Why does everybody keep asking that? Is Scott Ohm's brother? What the fuck? Ohm never doxed Delirious as far as I know. Okay. Lewis likes to fight. Why can't you just let it go? What are you talking? What are you guys fighting about? Was about to pull an adept on somebody? Let me see what people think. Oh, apparently, okay. At least some of you are still sane, guys. We're still sane here. 85% of you do not like Liz, so that's good. That means there's still some sanity left in the world. Okay, but I want to learn more about our friendly neighborhood cat. I think the only way I can learn more about our friendly neighborhood cat is by watching a TJV stream. Oh my god, TJV. Trevor Gene Valentine. All right.
Playing it. It could have been
You love to hear it.
Elon
bro.
Musk, could have been Logan Paul, it could have been fucking anybody who stole that fucking ID.
Why the fuck are you What are you talking about Elon Musk and Logan Paul with a Liz Cat, dude? That's bizarre. I want to see where Scott comes
In order
in.
for all of this to work, clear things up, it's not technically. Because this have gotten no response. Blocked me on Twitter. Nothing. Hilarious, you're my biggest fan. Recently, Ryan Reynolds with Mint Mobile, 2007 to 2009. I'm not going to call you currently if you don't want to call and talk. And he was stolen, though.
You love the fucking vape, dude.
I want to have the air cleared. No walk back. Plus, delirious, right?
Do you guys remember when the fuck Scott initially called here?
Through Instagram. There we go. That works. I want a message. So. Some confusing shit incidents Liz is talking about one got from his fucking messages. He was trying. It was. So your identity was stolen in 2007, right? Is that so? Are we all caught up to date now? Is that what happened? Sheriffs, I think that's what you're referring to.
57 charges found. That is crazy. What the fuck?
The sheriffs? Really? Getting disrespectful. I'm being critical. I'm being very respectful. If you want to see disrespectful to say his side of things, should we do that?
Okay, I think I found it.
Should we get Scott's side involved? Because Scott probably has something to say, and maybe you guys would want to hear what Scott has to say about the incident, because apparently Liz Katz told him about it. Liz Katz told Scott about it, so Liz Katz knew something about it, apparently. Very interesting. I will call Scott currently. I will figure out if he wants to hop in here or not. Okay, here goes a call. Hopefully he can join. Hey,
A bit active.
currently, just letting you know.
1 second. Hey there.
Hey, what's up?
Not too much, man. The chat's a bit active. It's hopping.
Yep. So everyone kind of wanted to hear your side of things. We are still currently live right now, just an FYI. And I think everyone kind of wanted to hear your side of things real quick. Just about what we've been currently talking about, at least. When it comes to the what Liz Katz may have told you, because you did say in the chat that Liz, the way you found out about it.
Oh god, this buffer is gonna be the end of me. Let's see.
Because Liz Katz told you, which might be contradicting because they are saying they just now found out about it. So I wonder what you
No,
thought.
that's a line of bullshit. Sorry
Cool.
for cursing. You know,
You're okay.
here's the thing. Liz had a stalker a while back, and also the stuff with Ohm. So as a preliminary thing to like prep, she was going through public records and she was having stuff expunged. So she was chatting with me about that, and she told me about 3 incidences that were kind of sticky that they couldn't.
Why is it when I bring up chat? Hold on. Okay, let's try
Get removed, and they were from when she said he was much younger, and his explanation was, well, he didn't really think too much. He was a younger person, and he didn't know why he responded the way he did. I have texts in my phone where we were chatting about this, and she told me about an incident with a moped where he was refusing to wear a helmet and he got popped by the cops. They pulled him over, and then there was a
Oh.
resisting arrest. So basically, the resisting arrest charge came as a complement to that. And then there was a talk about somebody that had a kid. I think that he was living with them, and the kid was acting up. I think it was suggested that they were autistic and that it was a girl. And so basically what happened was this kid was acting up, and Jonathan tossed them down and pinned them to the ground. And I think there was some statement that implied that the kid was hit, but I don't really know for sure. I'd have to go back and read the text. But we also discussed a lot of other stuff as well. This was many months back, more than 6 months. So it's in my old phone. I've got about probably close to 15 plus years of text from Liz. Basically, I've always had the same number. And when I changed numbers for the purpose of business, when I sampled them down, because I used to have, I think, 6 phones at one point.
Right.
I just concentrate the accounts. So
okay. So people are saying show the text. Will you be able to show text showing that Liz Katz did know about some of these incidents?
Well, at this point, I'm going through literally miles of conversation between Liz and I, because we used to talk anywhere between 2 and 4 hours each day, every single day. We have.
I will say, to find that specific fucking bit of receipt, if you are talking to this chick nonstop, to find finding specific receipts on text messages would be difficult, I would imagine, especially if they're from an old phone and shit, and we're looking for years, so I'll cut him some slack with that. And then yesterday it was kind of revealed that Scott isn't all talk, and he does have receipts, because it was when I guess he threw TJ under the bus, sort of, and TJ got annoyed at it and shit. So, if anything, he's not all talk. Apparently he does have some receipts. He showed TJ some shit. There's that. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's that chilled venom? Chilled venom. Oh my god. It's chilled venom. Oh my god. Holy shit. What up, chilled? What are you doing? Can you get on call, buddy, or no? I'm curious. If you can get on call, I'll ring you up right now. H2O doxed Ohm on alt accounts, as far as we know. Yeah, we know that. The funny thing about that is that Toy Bounty Hunters wanted to say that wasn't doxing because it was public information. So, the other funny thing about that is that Toy Bounty Hunters wants to say that his friends were doxed for public information as well. So, another reason why Toy Bounty Hunters is incoherent with his stances. Let's just call it that. You can? Alright, I'm gonna ring you up right now then. Give me a second. Just Venom. Hello? Hello? Oh, there he is.
Liz threatened to sue you?
Liz?
Yeah.
No, Scott.
Scott threatened to sue you?
Yeah.
Why?
Okay, so basically when you left or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was a conversation. I don't know why the fuck he gave me his phone in the first place, but he tried to talk to me. And he tried to ask me to call him, or not call him, but he's like, here, if you want to talk, here's my phone and here's my Discord or whatever the fuck. So I forgot when I was gonna when I showed my messages with him, I forgot that he did that stupidly. And so I was like, oh my fucking god. And then apparently he was getting spammed after the whole thing was shown, because there were apparently a lot of people there. I guess not a lot of them like Scott. I think a lot of them are a little turned off by him right now. And then he got pissed off at that and shit, and he basically told TJ that he was going to sue me or whatever, because he counts that as a dox.
Oh, you're sorry about the Twitter thing, Scott? Dude, I already got over that shit. It's whatever. But, well, I mean, you had no ill intent though. Why would he want to sue you?
Oh, because he was erratic. He was pissed. He was mad. He's an angry man. I mean, if you want to give him charitability, I guess we were trashing him for 3 hours, so.
Yeah, but nothing that would want, we didn't threaten him in any way. We were criticizing him.
Yeah. Well, some people are just Just can't take criticism. Did you know TJ fought with him too?
Really?
Yeah, TJ fought with this dude.
Was it after or before? Because I
It
don't
was
even remember what
after.
happened.
Basically, TJ told him you threw me under the bus, and then Scott was like, "No, I didn't." And then TJ went off, dude. Like that's like legitimately fucking. I didn't think TJ could get angry, but he like legit was fucking like livid at Scott. He popped off on Scott.
You should have seen when I was beefing with TJ. I've seen his angriness.
It was like, yeah, it's like a weird kind of angry. I swear to God, I was just spamming like a popcorn emoji in my head the entire time. You know, the one where the black guy just kind of like casually sits down and he gets the popcorn and he's actually, I'll just show you right now. Let's post it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was spamming this shit in my head. Yeah, when it was like Scott versus TJ, I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? What did I get myself into?
Wait, was like he screaming or was he like just like was he like being very aggressive?
TJ?
Yeah.
TJ was being aggressive in his own way. Because like, so the thing that happened is that the reason, okay, so fucking TJ was like, fuck, that call wasn't recorded at all. So like, I gotta just give you like what I remember, like not verbatim, I don't remember everything verbatim, but like basically it was like TJ was kind of like getting fed up with Scott too in a sense, and he was like, you know, you threw me under the bus today and that pisses me off and shit. And then Scott's like, oh, but you were like shit talking me and stuff, and like I hear that you're doing this and stuff like that, and you know you don't even give me any courtesy to let me know that you know you're gonna fucking you know bash me and shit. So I had nothing to like, you know, he felt personally slighted basically, because he considered like I guess TJ like a confidant or some shit maybe, or not a friend. I would hope not a friend or anything, but like. You know, since TJ was the one that fucking gave him the platform to fucking tell his story and shit, you know, I guess he felt some type of way. So he felt personally slighted by TJ for being critical of him, I guess on the streams or whatever. And he was like, that's why he basically, like, threw TJ under the bus in a sense, because he was basically like, TJ, you've seen what Delirious looks like, basically. I showed you. And TJ was like, I never asked you to. You know, you just did it or whatever. And TJ felt like that was like a stab in, like, I guess a stab in the back, kind of like unnecessary and like annoying and shit. And Scott,
I think it's funny too because TJ did mention before like he doesn't want to be the one to see it or anything like that, and Scott just like out of nowhere pulls the shit on him.
Yeah, it was like funny. It was like TJ didn't ask for this shit, but it just happened and it annoyed him and shit. And he was like, he's like, you threw me under the bus, and now I'm gonna get people like, you know, asking me about this shit or trying to hold me liable for this shit, and I didn't fucking ask for any of this, you know. And then Scott's like, yo, my bad, but like you pissed me off and you fucking slighted me, and basically this isn't verbatim again, but this is like the gist of the situation, and that was like the point of contention. Scott thinks that, you know, like TJ should have at the very least had the courtesy, since they have open lines of communication. Right, you've seen that, because that's the only reason I knew Scott wanted to sue me was because of TJ, because they have lines of communication. I don't have any communication with fucking Scott. I think like you did, but then he blocked you and shit.
I blocked him too, so yeah, I don't want to have communication with them ever again. I mean, like if they want to grab the DMs that I have with them, that's completely fine. I don't really give a shit. There's nothing important in there. If Liz or Liz wants it that fucking bad, they can just easily DM me. I'll give you all of it. I could not give less shits. I'm telling you right now, there is nothing good in there. So by all means, legally or personally through DM, get it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I've only had that one call with fucking Scott with TJ, and that was just because that was the essentially like me and Scott in a blood sports match for like 20 minutes and shit. I think he called me a zoomer at one point. He was like, you and your fucking idiotic zoomer brain and shit. So like, you know, he popped off on me, and I basically like said he's a fucking pussy that can't take criticism and shit, and that I didn't fucking mean to do whatever the fuck, and he's acting petty and stuff like that. So we just blood sported each other for like about 20 minutes and shit. I don't know how it calmed down at all, but I think he was like, "You're being disingenuous," and I'm like, "How am I fucking being disingenuous?" And I was like, "Yo, I'll fucking take down the video right now. Like, I don't fucking care, dude. I wasn't trying to dox you. I wasn't trying to cause you any inconvenience. I find it ironic on and kind of annoying that I didn't play his footage. Like, you know how he took that footage of like the outside of his house, like with the police coming.
Wait, and this all been in a private call, right?
Yeah, it's happened after the stream, basically, because that's when he was like going to like popping off on TJ, and TJ was like, "The fuck," and like he was like, "I'm gonna sue this guy," you know, and then TJ let me know, and I was like, "The fuck,
Fuck, I'm sad I missed it now. God damn it."
Well, you would have been if you would have been in the call, if you would have been like still alive instead of being like mic drop, I'm out. You know, you probably could have yelled at Scott too and been like, "You're a fucking bitch."
Well, in all honesty,
he probably would have called you a Zoomer too, like, cause I was like, it's like you and your fucking stupid Zoomer brain can't fucking come, and I'm like,
Scott has no idea how much I would insult him. He has no idea. Like, honestly, I don't think Scott's worth it when it comes to like shitting on.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like he's already emotionally distraught. What is there more to fucking break on him? Like, he's already broken. You can't break what's already broken. You can fix it, but even when we try, he just fucking goes back to the very same degenerate shit and just constantly fucking like schizo posting everywhere. So it's like whatever.
So what do you actually think of Scott? Like,
I think he just needs to get the fuck off the internet until this shit gets settled legally, or Liz puts out her hit piece and then Scott does, return to sender and then leaks all his shit.
Do you think
it can only go two ways?
What do you think? Like, oh god, do you like Liz or Delirious at all?
I think I don't want any association with someone who's a convicted pedophile and a woman who is a pathological liar who just doesn't have any good values to her. If everyone in that family is crazy, considering Liz, considering Delirious, considering Scott, considering Scott's exes, I think there's nothing there that I would want to associate with.
So you think that?
And I feel bad for the kid for being involved around all these three fucking degenerate losers who just have problems over problems stacking in their lives and can't do anything to fix it and properly manage their emotions to get to that point.
Yeah. So you're not a fan of any three?
No, I'm not a fan of all three of them. I think they have too many problems in their life to actually have one good day and say, "Damn, I actually enjoyed my day today."
Yeah. I mean, some people were saying, and like not that many, but a few were just saying that like, yeah, they don't trust any three of these people. Like, they don't trust Delirious for the obvious reason. They don't trust Liz because she lies all the time and she's like an opportunist. And they don't fucking trust Scott because of the shit he's been doing recently. So they're just like, oh, I mean, you might as well just bring the kid to like foster care or some shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the kid's already in a fucked up situation, but the only thing that I feel like is kind of keeping him away from the thoughts of having a fucked up life is the financial stuff that it involves Delirious just like paying for all his shit or whatever. Liz paying out of Delirious's pocket, and she can call it her money. I mean, that's fine. You could be taken well care of with money, but if they aren't interacting with their own kid, then that kid's gonna be raised in the worst way possible.
Somebody says foster care is not the answer if the parents can work things out. What do you think of that?
Well, I mean,
do you think there's any way for them to like work things out at this point?
They can both have somewhat of a little bit of decency and a little bit of brain cells to just like make an agreement. Hey, how about we both just shut the fuck up, act like parents for once, and actually take care of this kid properly and allow him to see his son and not go through all these legal procedures that already stack up with the fucking case he's having with Ohm. So if they want to, throw more money into the fire for no specific reason other than Scott having a crazy ex and him himself being a fucking idiot and saying he's going to dox you guys if you don't give him a son, just come to an agreement and just like, be parents for once and allow each other to like both see the kid.
Somebody wants to know who's the convicted pedophile.
That's Delirious because he got accused. He admitted to one saying that he didn't know the age, so, he did admit to one, but that's not the context of it. The context is the fact that Ohm is accusing him alongside the alleged victims who have stayed quiet since then, specifically mostly because Liz Katz made a video pretty much slandering one of them called Amy, And from there, she made a response video, and that's where that situation ended. I don't know if it's going to be brought up in the court case, but it most likely will be because it lines up with like a lot of the things that Ohm is talking about. So, yeah.
She's gonna argue that Jonathan, I guess he means Delirious, did something, something 16 to 17 years ago, but then she's gonna dredge up should I may have done 16 years ago. I don't even understand what the fuck you tried to say there.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that person just said.
See a link. Yeah, see a link. I'll see you in the next one. Foster care is not the answer. We read that. Well, like, I mean, the thing with that is, okay, so I'm curious. From what I understand, from what I remember, I don't know, you could correct me if you think I'm getting this wrong, but like, Liz said that, like, or at least alluded that Delirious wants to press criminal charges on this guy, right?
I think it was Liz the one that wanted that. Unless Delirious did say that.
No, because I remember Liz said, oh, they're not from me, and then I think Scott said, oh, so John's suing me, meaning Delirious. Okay, thank you and shit. And if then the fucking Liz thing is like family court. So do you think they're trying to erase this guy, like Scott, basically?
Well, I mean, if they're trying to expunge the charges, then I wouldn't be surprised if they tried the same thing with Scott. Because Scott has no platform. Scott can only like fight this in court, and he's not financially stable for that. So, if they're gonna do that to him, then it's probably the easiest way to silence him right now.
Yeah, I mean, the more I look at it and like take into consideration that like this thing must. I mean, okay, look, even with the lawsuit that fucking Delirious has with Ohm right now, I would imagine he still has money to blow.
Yeah.
Because I mean, fuck, look at all the money. Like, look at I can only imagine what he still gets. Like,
wait, like, is Ghost Gaming calling me a schizo? Is there proof of any of this, or is just someone schizophrenic talking?
Is there proof of any of this, or is someone schizophrenic talking? I don't know. What do you think, Chills?
Well, I mean, what the fuck is he referencing?
I think he's referencing what you said about the Delirious thing.
Oh, never mind, not me then. Lamau. Wait, think about what? Like, what do you mean?
I don't know. You have to be more specific, Ghost Gaming. You have to expand, you know. Expand. Let your voice be heard. Oh, by the Delirious Army.
I mean, honestly, no one would want to go to court, so I doubt Delirious would want to get in, or Delirious or Liz would want to get into a fucking court case. I mean, Liz probably yes, because she hasn't been in one. So she'll probably take Scott to court, most likely.
Scott has said he is, and he has one eye. Then sent a video that Delirious looks like TJV.
Well, I mean, nobody can confirm that Delirious is fat as shit, so, I mean... That's kind of funny.
Yeah, you were asking TJ hard body last night. You were like,
yeah, I was repeating the question multiple times. He wouldn't fucking answer, and then Scott said, "Answer the question," and then TJ answered.
Yeah, Scott really popped off on fucking TJ and vice versa, dude. These guys got really at it. Like, they went at it, bro. They were like, I was like, again, that popcorn emoji is the best thing that was going through my head. I'm like, oh my god. TJ was like, you're not being very respectful right now, and you're throwing me under the bus. And like he does it in that like fucking Midwestern accent and shit. And then Scott's just like, okay, well, you're talking shit about me. What the blah, blah, blah. It's like, it was crazy, bro. It was fucking crazy. It was insane. Somehow that blood sports match was more like interesting to me than like the one between me and him. Convicted if he was sued, but he wasn't. That's a bit of overselling it. So this person thinks that you're overselling the Delirious thing, because you're calling them convicted. Okay, so this person...
Did they block me because I can't see their shit?
That's right.
Oh, wait, the Bennett Grammon?
Yeah.
He was sued, but he wasn't. It's a bit of overselling it. What the fuck what are you talking about?
I think they're trying to say that, like, Delirious has only been sued, but that doesn't mean he's a convicted pedo, like you said.
He's accused of pedophilia. Did I word it wrong? What did I say?
Well, you called Delirious a convicted pedo.
Oh shit, my bad. Yeah, let me reword
what
that. What
the fuck, Chill?
Accused
my
pedophile.
God.
My bad.
Accused.
My bad.
Convicted. Oh my God. It's so over, chill bros. It's so
Yep, I'm
over.
getting canceled. I'm getting canceled.
Bro,
No,
you're
but for
gonna-
real though, I didn't mean to say accused though. I didn't mean.
Delirious makes up to like 3K to 51K monthly, while 32K to 618K yearly.
Where the
Yeah.
fuck did you get that?
I don't know, man, but I kind of, according to Social Blade. Okay.
Oh, Social Blade is a little bit inaccurate. It all depends on their RPM, their CPM, the duration of their videos, how much they get per K video, or per K views per video. There's a lot of shit to it.
As a TJV
Yeah.
critic, if anything, everyone threw Trevor under the bus. Dun dun dun. Who the fuck threw Trevor under the bus?
Everyone did throw Trevor. I threw Trevor under the bus. Sen hasn't, I think.
I've never thrown Trevor under the bus.
Everyone has thrown TJ under the bus. Kind of funny.
Trevor Gene Valentine.
Hey, now he's in a better position.
Did you know that
Let's do it.
fucking TJ has some of the funniest gifs ever? Look, I want to show. I'll show the fucking chat too. You've seen this one, right?
Yes, I've seen all of those.
Yeah, I think. Wait, you gave them to me, right?
Yeah, I just spammed them.
Look at this shit. God damn. TJ is interesting, man. He's a funny guy. I like
That's
TJ.
where I got my thumbnails for when I was beefing with him.
Oh yeah, you did beef with TJ.
I made some of the nicest thumbnails for TJ when I was shitting on him. Oh my god, they were so good. I remember them.
I mean, like Scott Ohm, Liz Delirious, they took it out on him over shit other people did.
Oh yeah, one good example is when like I think I did something and Sen also did something in like a live stream, and then Ohm called out TJ only. I don't know if you remember that. I don't
Oh
know the
yeah,
specific
that's.
situation.
Oh, was it the Louis thing?
I don't remember, but it was like just specifically targeting TJ when it was something that I did and something that happened with you and GG. Oh yeah, it was the Hacker Man thing.
Oh, Hacker Man.
Yeah.
Ghost Gaming says, "Look, I'm not going to pick a side until I see evidence because this can actually ruin somebody's livelihood until there's actual evidence of all of this. Then I can't say anything."
I'd say stay neutral, like TJ has been preaching a lot. Reason being is because Ohm was a liar. He's been seen as a liar, but a lot of the things that he said has actual like backup towards it. Like a good example is the alt accounts. A lot of people are going to say just the alt accounts, but the same thing with Delirious. He's been proven to be the good saint, but now he's looking like a fucking liar. So things can easily turn whenever and like at any moment. So yeah, just stay neutral because one might be lying, but turns out to be telling the truth. One could be telling the truth, but turned out to be a liar. So the fact that that can happen in such a situation like this, where one person has been seen as the saint the entire time, while the other one is just a liar who is like just accusing people for leaving the Van Oscar or some shit like that, just stay neutral. It's the only fucking possible solution for this currently.
Somebody says TJ looks like an 80-year-old man dancing at his granddaughter's wedding.
Damn. That's actually crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even his worst dance either. Like, he's had where did you get those from?
I just put Trevor Gene Valentine and then that's really fucked up.
That's fucked up. Trevor Gene Valentine. Is Scott the one threatening to sue you? He was. We hashed it out though. So it's been kind of crazy lately. Do you think he says anything? How long can you stay actually?
What?
You.
What do you mean, like
on the call?
Oh. Like another 20 minutes.
Somebody is gonna fucking
I'm gonna. Do you wanna see this? I'm just going over like the last bits
Yes,
that
I am the
Scott
Hackerman.
was saying.
Fear my keyboard.
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah.
The Scott was saying this whole thing about like Liz basically. This is back when he was still kind of like he looked normal-ish here. Like he wasn't. This is where he lost. Obviously, like at the end, like towards here, he lost his shit. Up until this point, he was like dishing some like tea or saying some shit about like Liz and stuff. So, you know.
Yeah.
All right. GG Evans. Yes, I am the hacker man. Fear my keyboard. Okay, we'll fear your keyboard, GG Evans. I'm neutral, just trusting or liking either side. Ghost Gaming. Omwrecker, what's going after Louis You spelled Louis wrong, but I get what you mean. Louis, and calling him all these horrible things, and then the only thing that actually was proven is that he was just an asshole to his girlfriends. I don't understand that, but I guess that's a question.
He spelled Louis. He's foreign. You can definitely tell he's foreign.
What the fuck? That's racist.
A lot of foreign people spell lose with like 2 O's, and then they say loose.
That is extremely racist.
I study people.
Uh-oh. Please
And
don't
very
hack
true.
me. I was already threatened by a Delirious alt account to dox me.
Ghost Gaming, are you foreign? Like
Jesus
not from the
Christ.
US? Definitely. I'm definitely right here.
All right, let's are you in the live?
Yeah, I'm on live.
Let's play this.
About a year or two where our communication was minimum because we were not playing nice. We were really just not friends at that point. She was still hooked on drugs and behaving rather poorly. So it was advised by my lawyer to have a minimal contact, only have exchanges through a proxy and so on. That's where my aunt was involved. Other than that, Liz and I have been pretty friendly to each other on a daily basis. I mean, I can show, almost more than a decade of her and I having more than civil conversation. I mean, if anyone else read it, they would think we were besties.
Delirious said cap in chat to what you said. He said
he can say whatever he wants. I can dump the text, man. I'll even give my phone to lawyers or a forensic expert. They can take it.
Right. Do you think if you ever do stumble across these tweets of her admitting it, you would show those tweets?
Admitting it, they weren't tweets. They were text messages.
Yeah, my bad. That's a misspeak on my part. If you found these text messages, would you ever show those text messages?
It's not an issue of finding them. They're in there. I just have to search for the conversation. She was telling me about it because they were purging records from the public. That's why the conversation came up. They were getting rid of stuff that was incorrect, probably because of the identity theft part. But there's somebody who's already claimed that he or that she was the person who was assaulted, and currently that person's being vetted. I'll direct them to a lawyer, and the lawyer can depose them or whatever they need to do.
Okay, so all very interesting. If this is all true, again, a lot of people are going to be up on the fence and everything like that.
Yeah, I don't know if the person who came forward is actually legitimately the person, but their story kind of matches up with what Liz told me.
Okay. So you are claiming that they 100% knew about it before recently, like unlike what
absolutely. Liz told me about it. That's how I know to look it up. So when I made my tweet, I went there deliberately. I was like, well, Liz mentioned.
I mean, she does sound like she's told a lot of things to this guy that she didn't have to if they weren't close.
Yeah.
Because why would you tell? It almost sounds like she's gossiping about the stupid shit about her husband. Oh, not husband. Fuck. I don't know. I don't even know why they're not getting mad. I guess he's smart enough to know that if he puts a ring on it, then she's gonna take him for all it's worth. But it sounds like she's just having making fun of the dude and telling this guy, who I guess they were really close friends. And I don't understand, if they were that close, why the fuck did now of all times they're choosing to try to erase this dude from the picture? It almost seems like they are they're trying to get rid of him and find a way to make sure he never shows up again. Oh, who's this guy? He didn't exist. It's all Family Lirius. And now Zane is part of Family Lirius. And now we can market this kid.
Well, I mean, they're already trying to silence him with I'm guessing they're trying to silence him with the serves that they're trying to get him from the ring footage.
Yeah. It's not a matter of finding them. They're in there. I just have to search for the conversations. So, yes, he needs to find them. LOL. That's what Stephen Vaughn, I want to say that's his name, means. It's being a little bit he's pushing back on Scott here. Look, be delirious as a piece of shit, or maybe not. What? Look, okay, this guy is definitely foreign, you're right. Look, maybe
he did say
you get hilarious as a piece of shit, or maybe not. The thing is that I want to stay neutral until you see victims just like EDP, just like Mini Lud. And all these other fucking loser creeps. Maybe that was just a typo.
Yes.
All right. Let me just read more of this.
In this thing about an assault with a kid, and she was saying that basically their justification was the kid was a brat and deserved it, that Delirious was justified in knocking the kid down and holding them, that the kid was acting irrational and crazy, and that's why he did it.
Okay.
But
Some people are
I don't know
saying
how true it is.
people are saying in the chat, once you are able to find them, you will be able to show them the text showing that she knows about it, because a lot of people are up in the air whether or not.
Well, depending on how he wants to handle this, I mean, I may be giving this all to a lawyer and they can sort through it. But right now, I'm keeping any information I release to the public. I'm withholding it because, I mean, I really don't want to. I don't want to disclose all this stuff. I would rather have just had a 15-minute call with my son than have to deal with all this crap. You know, all they had to do was put my son on the phone. Even if my son told me to fuck off, I would have respected that a lot more than all this other crap that's going on.
Why don't you think Delirious wants to hop in a call or like discuss these things publicly right now? Do you think it's just because
I don't know
his
why they're being
attorneys
so
are not?
difficult.
Yeah.
I don't know why they are being so difficult. I mean, they want to make things a huge, expensive ordeal instead of just putting my son on the phone. This is all solved with 10 minutes on the phone. I offered a mutual non-disparagement agreement, which would have squelched all this stuff as well. But
What's a mutual non-disparagement agreement? Do you know?
Wait, what happened?
What's a mutual non-disparagement agreement?
I have no idea because I do not have problems in life.
Oh my god, Chilled, what is that sound in the background?
Oh, that was a firework going off in like September for some fucking reason.
What the fuck? Okay. Wait, are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
But now, at this point, there's a risk of going to court and actually having all this stuff be on public record. Everything I submit, and I'll have it all broken down.
Basically means agree to terms, so no drama. Okay.
Into evidence and whatever, and it will become a mile-long fucking brick. It'll be a book of shit that will be on public record. And also any of this stuff, because it's true and there's no presumption of privacy between Liz and I. I can just as easily put our conversations out in public to show, you know, that we have reasonable communication, that she's trusted me with literally probably close to hundreds of pictures of her daughters. I won't ever release those. Those are no one's business. Kids are off limits. But I mean, the reality is they're making this into a big fucking dramatic production, and all they have to do is put my son on the phone so I can talk to him. That's it. It's all I've ever.
Do you believe him?
Has he lied?
I don't know. Has he?
I'll get him away and say I don't think he has. So maybe.
He also said Delirious was driving when he was caught, but he also said Delirious doesn't drive. He won't say anything negative about the company or its products, services, or leaders in any form of communication. That is what that is. There's a lot of inconsistencies to his story. It sounds petty.
If it's about the fucking charge about him being a kid, it wasn't his 20s, so I'm guessing he wasn't that fucking fat back then. Unless he was, then
So he
that's
was
insane that he could drive.
He wasn't 19, he was 20. My bad. Thought he was like 19 or something. Okay, never mind. So he's actually legit 20 and beating up like the 12-year-old or something, right? Or like what it
was
is it a minor?
Supposedly it was a 10-year-old who had autism, so.
Okay. Well, fuck.
Because it said something under 20. So it was assault.
Something under 20. Okay.
Ever
I'll
asked
find
for
it
it.
real
Let me
quick.
talk to my son. Let me see
Okay.
what the fuck is going on. Let me get it handled, and then once that's done, I mean, I told them I would sign an agreement that I wouldn't say a damn thing about either one of them ever again, and that was it. And I told their lawyer this. Their lawyer basically told me I'll be lucky to see my son ever again if I do what they tell me to do. They strong-arm me.
So,
They're
real quick,
literally trying to get me to self-commit in order to see my son. which invalidates any statements I had, because at that point, for the rest of my life, I'm a guy who's self-committed to a mental hospital. That's fucking stupid.
Right.
Not only am I not mentally ill, I'm not stupid.
So, some people.
So like when he means like by self-commit, like does that mean like they're trying to make him go and institutionalize himself?
Mm-hmm.
That is kind of stupid though, because essentially I don't know. It just seems like the whole thing is just like bend over and then you can do this, but it's like at the same time it's like, do you have to bend over if like I don't know. I mean, then again, like Toy took it up the ass from Scott, you know, after he talked all this big fucking game, so I don't know. Toy bounty hunters. Ho ho! I sell toys, not Delirious's toys though. I definitely don't have a fucking thing with him with toys, even though he has toys. I'm just a toy bounty hunter.
Jesus.
Toys, guys! It's about the toy. I need the money. I need the clout. Delirious, help me. That's classic toy bounty hunters right there.
Yeah, so the charge was assault on a child under 12.
A license to drive a moped. That's the reason why they call the moped a DOI vehicle or mobiles. Maybe he can drive, but he doesn't own his own car. You can have a license and not a car. Well, you do see a lot of fatties driving mopeds. That doesn't make sense. Toy has a Liz Katz flashlight. True! Actually fucking true. Actually fucking legitimately true. Hold on. Let me get, see who else is here. Why am I getting messaged so much?
He wasn't convicted. He was charged.
Convicted pedophile. No, I'm kidding. I can't believe you were ballsy and you literally called Delirious a pedo. Like, what the fuck, Chilled? I was not expecting that.
I corrected myself and said alleged.
You literally went in here. You're like, Delirious is a convicted pedophile. And I was like, whoa, bro. What the fuck? That's fucked.
I am a little bit tired, so yeah, my bad.
You said Delirious pinned the kid down and did something. It was in the previous TJV stream. You said it in chat.
Yeah, supposedly he pinned the kid down and
pinned it. He pinned the minor down. That's fucked. How is this such a difficult thing to do? Let the father hear from the kid and see if he still wants nothing to do with him or not, and this will all go away. Yeah, I mean that's another thing that's weird. All right, this is something that I noticed too. It's kind of strange. We're made to believe that the Vimith account that's been showing up in all these live streams are Zane, right? Scott has said, if you say, you know, tell me to fuck off, I'll leave forever, whatever. Who cares? Well, not who cares, but like essentially that's like what he said. If you, I will respect your wishes if you tell me to, right? The supposed kid, the supposed account that's run by the kid has not said any of that. Like it hasn't made like any statements like that, despite Liz trying to tell you otherwise. Despite Liz like, you want to talk about Scott throwing his son under the bus? What about fucking Liz? Liz saying, "Ha ha, I got you, Scott. Your son, not our son. It's not my son. It's your son. Your son told me that you abused him. Now I got you." Like again, it's like she's kind of throwing the kid under the bus herself, like by saying that. Like the fact that she says your son is, again, look at it like that's not my kid, because I've hardly been around for it. I don't really care about it, but whatever. It's all family Delirious here, baby. And I don't know, like the account hasn't really been saying, hey, leave or anything like that. I mean, it is kind of, again, if you do put them on a phone call together and then they talk and then the kid just, you know, because obviously if what we're made to believe by Liz is that the kid is being very, very outspoken and making all these definitive statements about their father. So far saying to Liz, according to her, that his father abused him, or according to Liz, again, because she's making all these claims. So like, it's just really strange to me. It kind of makes me wonder, is that really the kid? Is Liz making the kid do something? Is that fucking Delirious? Is that Liz taking turns on the? Is that a lawyer? You know, if the whole court thing is happening, I don't know if the lawyer would be allowed to do that, but I would imagine Possibly? Question mark. I don't know. We'll
Well,
have to
I
ask
mean,
around.
if Liz is watching, you could easily just like let Zane in a call with Scott say, "Yo, Dad, I don't fucking love you, bro. Stop talking to me," and then boom, problem solved. But nope, they'd rather take it to court, go through all these procedures, waste more thousands of dollars, and just cause more problems for both them and Scott. So I mean, why not? Instead of going through all that, solve it with one simple 5 to 10 minute phone call, and boom, everything's done with. Then all you have to worry about is a bunny man in a suit. So yeah, that's all I can really say about that anymore.
Toy hasn't even shown up in so long. Okay, let me tell you a secret about Toy. Toy was active on Discord yesterday. I know that for a fact. He was typing something and then he stopped. And then you never heard from him again. So that fucking son of a bitch is around. That stupid fucking cuck knows about what's going on. And he was thinking, but I'm sure some idiot that likes optics probably advised him not to do anything. And he was like, baby girl, I'm not going to make myself look even worse. Thank you, baby girl. I'm going to listen to you. And then he cut off his testicles and he went on his day to take it up the ass from other men. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's 2023, but I don't know. Toy Bounty Hunters likes to market himself as such a macho man, but for such a macho man, he's acting like quite the bitch right now. I don't know, Chilled.
I think it's sad that he's afraid of me. I have like no social presence whatsoever.
He'd be like, baby girl, you know this asshole wanted me to blood sports match you one time? Like, he was literally, he couldn't have made it more obvious that, like, because were you ever critical of Louis?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, well, that explains the perfect timing of John all of a sudden taking interest in you and saying, hey, maybe you can invite him in blood sports and baby girl and shit like that. And I was like, oh, okay, John.
Wait, when did he say that?
I would imagine when you started popping up under the radar.
Recently or
no, this
back?
was back when you were still active in the shit and you were going after Louis, I guess.
Uh-huh.
So my fucking John over here playing like Janny for Louis as well. Like every fucking.
I think it just might have been Dell. That's the first instance when he reacted to me. I think. Is that when he said you should blood sports me?
I don't fucking know. I'll show you later. I'll go back in our DMs. It doesn't fucking matter.
Nah, you don't have to show me. I don't give a fuck. He's kind of a nobody at this point.
But he sells toys in space. He's a bounty hunter.
I'd be confident enough to say that if I came back, I'd have more pull than him.
He's totally not in Delirious's pocket, baby girl. Totally not doing anything.
I'd rather honestly be in Elm's pocket.
Jesus. Okay, well, let's not go that far. Why wouldn't Zane just try to get a hold? Wait, why wouldn't Zane just try to get a hold of him at a friend's house or at a school or something? He has a phone. Has Liz straight up completely lied to Zane about his father or something else? I mean, I would believe that. Like, I wouldn't put it past her. Honestly, I wouldn't. And again, that's another thing that, because I look at it and it really does seem like it's easy to trip Scott up and make him look bad. Now that I think about it, like, we pulled it off for like 2 days, pretty much. But in the end of the day, I don't know. Like, a lot of the shit seems overblown compared to, like, you know, the guy that sexted the minors and fucking, you know, pinned the minor down and possibly assaulted it. And at the end, it does seem pretty fucking trivial. But we do look like we're making, like, a big deal out of things when, like, you know, the Delirious thing is... I mean, that should honestly be, like, the biggest deal.
I mean, the fact that he got charged with it and is, like... It's kind of weird because he got charged of beating a kid. He got accused of being a pedophile. He admitted to one of them, but he didn't know the age of it. And he threatened a baby, allegedly. So the fact that all of these things line up with minors to some extent, to like young teenagers that haven't even reached 18 yet, it's a weird fucking pattern. Very weird pattern. So, yeah, I don't think Delirious is someone that I would want to be close to ever in my fucking life.
Baby girl. You'd think a teenager or however old would tell their dad to fuck off, especially over the internet.
Yes.
I mean, again, if the account has been on the fucking chat so much, been talking so much and shit, right? You would think that it's very easy to make that statement, yeah, or voice their opinion. but they never have. In fact, some of the things that account has said seemed more like they were prying for information too. Like that one time they fucking asked, "Are you friends with Sen?" You're so fucking stupid, kid. I mean, if that even is the kid, because I'm starting to think that it might not be, based on like the things that they say, the questions that they ask. Like, why would you want to know if I'm friends with your dad? And like, if you've seen any of my videos in the past, if you kept an eye out, hell, if you've been on TJV's videos and streams, which I've been on quite frequently, you'd know that I don't hate him, but like I'm just not a Scott fan. Let's just say that. Like I don't like him. I think he's a fucking petty bitch. I don't think he's as bad as Delirious. I think Delirious is worse. I think the thing that gives him like the edge is, you know, the whole thing with the kids. That's what gives him the edge. I think that I don't know why it seems like it's being overshadowed.
I mean, a lot of shit gets overshadowed. I feel like a lot of the Delirious Army fans have a lot of shit just floating right through their head. I can slap them with it, and they'll still realize, like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know. What are you talking about? Okay, that's how stupid they are. I mean, shit, even some of the Ohm fans, but there's hardly to even find. That's, like... People think that we're only criticizing one side, but, like, where the Ohm fans at? I have not seen any of them that have been delusional.
It's just weird, in my opinion. The one question to end it all wouldn't be answered. I know if I was the kid, I'd want this all to end ASAP. Yeah, I mean, those things, I mean, that's the thing. Like, a lot of that shit, yeah, it just kind of doesn't add up.
I am definitely neutral. They're all nuts.
I think...
Liz does love nuts after
Get
all.
the fuck off the internet.
LMAO.
That's funny. I'm definitely neutral. They're all nuts. Liz does love nuts after all. Laughing my ass off. That's a good one. That's a good one. I get to heart, my dude. Thank you for the super chat.
I was the last person on earth with Liz. I would rather just fucking end it all.
No, but like, I mean, these are all questions that I kind of have had in the back of my mind, but like, yeah, them coming out right now kind of like puts it more in perspective and like right there in my face. It's like, yeah, this shit just doesn't make sense, right? And these are two shady ass people, right? Like, again, you would think Delirious doing that thing with the minors, and like, regardless of the context, dude, like, what the fuck? Like, it's like, I don't know. Like, it's just, I get you want to give charitability to this guy, but at the same time, if it's happened more than one time, because allegedly there were more people that spoke out about Delirious, but that kind of like Liz tried to cover that up and shit from what I saw. If that was the intention of her original video.
Oh, I have a really good question for Scott. This might be a little bit too personal, but I'll ask you either way. Scott, did you have a kid with Liz before or after you found out Liz's past? That is my question.
Lizard.
That is my big question. Well, that might be a little too personal.
What would his answer mean? Like, what would it matter?
It will matter a lot in a second. I just need to hear this answer real quick.
Detective Chilled?
Yes.
Okay. They wanted Scott to bury his self on live stream. I think he meant himself on live stream, so Liz can screenshot them. That's why Scott should have never said anything, and H2O hides behind the keyboard. Actually, that's probably... I think that's pretty close to what I was saying from the get-go. Which is pretty good that he's not making any more live stream appearances, because regardless, like, I mean, I get TJ was like, well, if Scott buries himself, he buries him. I'm not trying to get invested emotionally or blah 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 in this. So I understood, and I'm glad he came out and he said that. At the time, though, I thought he was very like pro Scott in a sense, like he wanted Scott to win and stuff, and get his kid back and stuff. So even I was kind of like, until TJ clarified that, I was under the impression that he was Team Scott too. So I can see why people would think that TJ was Team Scott up until when he clarified it. So that's why I was like, this is just kind of not beneficial.
The only time Liz covers up for money is when it comes to pedo allegations.
Scott hasn't answered. I'm gonna take that as a yes. I did know her past,
Take that.
and I had a kid with her regardless. If that is the case, then yeah, that just proves my point. You're a fucking psychopath, honestly.
Dun dun dun! What the fuck? wait a minute. That went from 0 to 100 real quick. What the fuck? What happened?
I'm just being very blunt. I'm not gonna sugarcoat things. I'm like, wow,
my
that just proves that you might be a little bit psychotic.
Oh my god. Wait,
To be a
why?
straight yes, you are.
Can you,
Because
can you expand on that?
What happened? Oh, it's because you know, who the fuck would marry someone or not? Yeah, marry someone, then have a kid with them, knowing their past. Obviously, you'd see right away. Yeah, this person is fucking crazy. I need to get away from her ASAP. Instead, he went right into the crazy in the worst way fucking possible, and even went as far as to have a kid with this crazy person.
Lizard cats.
Mix that with Scott's very emotional ass fucking personality with very destructive tendencies, and you get a little Liz and Scott. The worst kind of combination ever. in
Excuse me,
existence.
sir. Oh my god. I'm gonna need you to stop right there. No. Continue on. GG Evans. The only time Liz covers up for money is when it comes to pedo allegations. Jesus fucking Christ. I got that joke, GG. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. But you know what? We live in America.
Now, I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just saying it. I'm just assuming because Scott did not answer my question. So
you know, do you
yeah.
think that there needs to be a Scott versus Chilled?
He wouldn't last a fucking minute with me.
Done.
and again, he's not even worth it at all.
Scott versus Chilled Venom on pay-per-view. Oh my god.
On pay-per-view? No
On pay-per-view as the first match of the pay-per-view.
I'm getting 50%.
Let's see. Scott, you still knew her past and created a child. You lost all sympathy for you. You lost all sympathy for you. You don't stick your dick in crazy. It's a rule. Okay. That was kind of difficult to read, but I think I understood what the fuck they're saying.
There's different layers of crazy when it comes to women, but when it comes to Liz, that's like a crazy that you do not want to get at all, ever.
Lizard cats. Pay-per-view watch
She's a
live,
fucking lizard.
99.99. Delirious knew he probably couldn't get anyone better in his eye. So he put a ring on it, laughing.
Oh no, yeah, for sure. Delirious has reached the point where like he'll get with anyone that's left.
I think
So,
I've said this. I think I've said this before too, right? I've said this because all right. So me and Louis and like everybody else, and we would talk. But I think he's even said it before. He even said something like along those same lines that he was like, I think Delirious realized he couldn't get anybody better, and so he immediately wanted Liz and shit. That's why he's whipped with Liz and shit. So he has basically echoed the same sentiments from what I remember when we were having conversations and stuff. Which I wondered at the time. I was like, well, why would Delirious think like that? Because he's H2O Delirious. Surely he can get any hoe he wants. But then the information about him looking like Tipster minus 100 pounds came out. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe that makes sense. It makes more sense now. Yeah, that probably would be the best he could get, considering how he looks.
Yeah. Also, I realized one inconsistency with what Delirious said about the charge, saying, "Oh, I didn't know about the court case." Remember when he said that?
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, I don't know about the court case or anything like that up until now." But it's on the offense description. It says arranged assault on a child under 12. Arranged means call or bring someone before a court to answer a criminal charge.
Right.
So he had to have been named officially, he would have been named and officially charged with the assault. And it was dismissal without leave by DA, which means a person has had a criminal charge brought against him or her, but those charges were dropped due to a specific set of conditions. So my reasoning is like, what the fuck was the reason behind it being, dismissed? And why did he lie about not knowing about the court case when he had to show up personally and named before the court officially to be charged officially with the charge?
What's mutual non-disparagement equal no damaging public talk? That's what he said. I don't know what he's saying that in reference to.
Oh, he's talking about like if they ever come to an agreement.
Oh, okay.
Mutual non-disparagement, no damage, public talk. So they can't like shit talk each other. They can't drama in public, shit like that, or even just in general.
Gotcha.
We haven't signed one. Scott, why haven't you signed one? And get out of your tunnel vision dice for a second and listen to my voice and answer the fact. Did you ever? Never mind. Whatever. I give up. This guy's fucking schizo.
What, you said you give up?
Yeah.
Oh,
This like I feel like if I speak to him, this fucker's like very hyper focused into the chat, and he's gonna type up 5 more messages before he can actually listen to what's going on in the stream. I feel like his eyes are like fucking locked in on the text and keyboard, and like his eyes have no other vision. Like everything around him is dark, and there's just like one little bit of fucking view, and that's the chat, and that's it. And his eyes are like ringing, and he can only read shit.
He's
like emotionally disconnected.
These pathetic, weak men take OnlyFans thoughts, and it always causes trouble. Look at iDubbbz as a prime example. You can't turn hoes into housewives. That's true. That is very true. That is very true. You know who Ronald Riz is?
Ronald Riz? What the fuck is that?
What an icebreaker, right? You don't know who Ronald Riz is?
Nope.
You want me to show you?
I'm afraid. Who is he?
It's Ronald Riz. I downloaded this, by the way. Can you see this?
Nope. You have to share your screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, look at Scott. He's like still typing to like one person about something that happened like 10 minutes ago. What the fuck is he on about? Who is he talking to?
Are you ready to see Ronald Riz? Are you ready?
Yes.
Enough! Ronald Rage!
What am I watching?
That's Ronald Riz. That was Ronald Riz.
Wait, that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
What was the point of that?
It was wholesome.
Oh, you're on crack.
It was wholesome. What do you mean? It's Ronald Riz.
Am I missing context?
No. That's just something I saw and I thought it was wholesome, so I downloaded it.
What?
Yep.
There was like literally, it was a 6-second clip of like 2 PNGs.
Yeah, it was wholesome.
Dude, I'm so lost.
Scott in chat popping off. He says Delirious doesn't drive cars. I said he was riding a moped for the charges. And then Ronald says, oh god, another Ronald says, Scott, listen to Chilled. Then Meg says, I wonder if Scott is delirious. He did say earlier he had a massive lag, says
I think Scott is going delirious.
This
guy's like, you know, kind of fucking losing his marbles.
You say she belongs to the streets, aka I guess
Yes.
Liz belongs to the streets. Remove a few of your VPNs, Scott. You're lagging too much. Scott's lagging.
I genuinely think Scott has like the stream on mute and just typing in chat, answering questions to like people that don't really give a fuck about what he's talking about.
Bruh. Scott said he's like it has an 8-minute delay or some shit, I think.
Oh. Why does he have an 8-minute delay?
8 second, my bad. 8 second it says.
That's nothing. Why? What?
Thanks, Sen. You gave me autism. No, you're welcome, dude. I love the clip personally. I thought it was very wholesome. You made Slug look good with that. What kind of guy are you? What kind of guy are you? Points to anyone who knows that reference. I have no idea what they're talking about. Do you?
No, I'm not old.
Ronald Tard. Oh my god. Gigi Evans. Come on. You can't be like that to Ronald Riz.
Can I do the funny and time out Scott?
What? Why would I time out? I'm not doing that to Scott. Scott Reinhardt. I don't know. Like I'm kind of like in the whatever, do whatever the fuck. Like I don't fucking care anymore. Wonder if, like, do you think he'll show up in TJVs and start like doing the same shit and like
Yes.
maybe confront TJ?
Probably not. Actually, never mind. He's kind of fucking. He probably will, honestly. Not looking at it.
You think he'll confront TJ? Cat, do you think Scott would confront TJV? Give me a 1 if you think he'll confront TJV. Give me a 2 if you think he'll listen to reason and just, you know, not
I think he will, only because TJ's all like, I like truth and justice. Give him the call.
Wait, what?
I don't know. Some wholesome shit that he would say.
What, TJV? Wholesome?
Yes.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? Ronald
He's all
Riz
like,
is the
he's to be
aborted
all like,
chipmunk.
I'm very passionate about other people in the platform.
Oh my god. Well, I don't
And
think
I'll
I don't
continue-
think I don't think you know what? I don't think a lot of people have faith in Scott at this point. I think everybody's like kind of lost faith in this guy a little bit.
Well, when he just puts himself out there in the most schizo way possible, it's kind of like, you know, it gets annoying hearing from him.
You think
That's
this
the
is
thing.
You think he's having like an Omewrecker situation where he's like continuously making things bad and worse for himself by talking and, you know, spurging out and shit, and like if he didn't take that approach, maybe more people would take him seriously?
Yeah, because we're getting a one-sided story. Liz and Delirious are just like not talking at all, and they're being very vague. And anytime they talk, it's shit that would only gather on Scott. So the fact that he's the only one talking and providing more context, and Liz and Delirious are only accusing, adding bad light to Scott. And now that Scott has released all his fucking cards in his hands, like his palms, Liz and Delirious are left with their hand, which they haven't revealed at all yet. So the fact that we're getting a one-sided story, now Liz and Delirious don't have to say anything because Scott's already ruined it just by releasing his entire hand. And they can just take it to court, seal everything goes away. Scott looks like a fucking delusional schizo who doesn't know what he's talking about. The only thing left that can save Scott is releasing the receipts publicly and leaking everything, aside from the doxing part. But if it does release in court, then it will all just, you know, turn the tables on Liz and Delirious. So that's the only way I can see it going. Unless Scott, like, just ends up, like, you know, putting something in his head and he goes to sleep for a long time.
Scott said both Bimeth and the lawyer used the same statement, quote, "It's not bye forever, just bye for now." What does he mean by that?
I think he's saying that a lawyer probably advised the Bimeth account user to say that, maybe, question mark.
Huh. Interesting. Let me see, like, we got a little bit on this. Let's play it.
In the chat, and again, I'm just trying to read like currently what the chat is talking about. You know, my chat's pretty chaotic. A lot of people are still saying like show proof. Someone did throw the idea
I will
out
show
there.
proof if I have to. I will show proof if I have to.
Right, and so
I have
some
to
people
talk to a lawyer first. I don't have enough money to retain a lawyer right now. I'm going to be doing fundraising, and part of the fundraising is I'm going to present my concerns to probably about 4,000 YouTubers. All of the information that we have that's verifiable and legally provable, anything that's in the public domain, anything that can be, you know, given receipts, they're going to go in the email, and I'm just going to beg for the mercy of the YouTube community, all of the bloggers and everybody else that I can get a hold of, all the people that I know in venture capital, the angel investors, all the startup entrepreneurs, the founders, everybody that I've become friends with over the past 30 years in the industry is going to get a big fucking MailChimp email with an opt-out clause so that I'm not breaking the law. And everybody who's posted their emails on Twitter or YouTube publicly for media contacts. Okay. And that's how I'm going to handle it.
Okay. Some people
I need
did
to pay
pose
lawyers' fees.
Some people
and they're
pose
literally
the idea.
they are influencer bullies.
It looks like they don't even let TJ talk.
Yeah, you kind of have to cut off Scott every time he talks. He just doesn't stop talking. He doesn't stop typing, stop talking. He just goes on and on and on and on and on and on, and it just doesn't stop. Never stops.
I keep begging like the little bitch. Yeah, keep begging like the little bitch you are, Scott. You're always going to beg for money in the corner. What the fuck, Ghost Gaming?
What the hell?
Jesus Christ, this guy is like going off on Scott now. What the fuck? What the heck? All right, let's keep this going.
They're using their clout. They're
God,
using
so
their
you
money.
answered the question
as a-
of the suicidal part, but not the fucking part where I asked you if you had a kid with Liz before or after you knew their past. Brother. Did I trigger like a PTSD moment? Like, nope, I'm not suicidal. Don't say it. All right, anyway, let's keep going.
as a weaponized means of suppressing me and my voice. They're attacking me, literally somebody who had about 200 followers prior to all of this. Somebody who has 14 years plus kept myself hidden and demanded that Liz not include me in anything, made her remove my last name from all of her performing credits, made her stop using my last name. I made her stop including me on the wikis as her ex-spouse. I made her get those removed. I made her remove me from all records of existence because it hurts my business to be associated with a woman who works in the sex industry. It hurts my relationship when people know that I am somebody who is married to somebody who took on sex work. It's not a good thing to be a fucking e-cuck. I mean, that's what it is. Like, every single guy that subscribes to her is jerking off to Delirious's girlfriend. How does that feel to be cucked by literally millions? How does it?
I mean, he kind of has a point with that. I gotta agree with him on that.
Yeah, for sure.
Feel to be that much of a fucking fruit bat? That you were one of her fans that used to jerk off to her subscriptions, and then you actually got in a relationship with her, and now your daughters are going to grow up to be about 12 to 16, and they're going to know what their mom is, and they're going to have to go to her for moral guidance and ethical guidance, and she's going to be like, sure, honey, it's okay to suck dick for money.
I love how TJ just stays quiet through that whole thing. It's just like, shit, what do I say? He's just,
yeah, I'd never
he's
want
just-
to be someone.
like,
I'd never want to be in TJ's spot like that. Hell no.
Look at him. Look at his face. It looks like the life just got sucked out of him. Like, no, chill. Look at his eyes. Look at his face. It looks like the fucking life just got sucked out of him.
Yeah, that's. I don't know
He's like, fucking hell. He's like, I didn't sign up for this shit. Oh, holy sh! I think what he's trying to get at here, though, is that Liz is not the ideal mother, and she's probably gonna fill them with bad ideas and bad values.
I personally think that she doesn't deserve a role as a mother, ever.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like, not even kind of, I completely fucking agree with that statement. Which, you know, tease what he tease. All right, I'm heading out. I like the stream and everything, guys. I hope you make a good money. Good luck and. Scott, fuck you. Okay, later, Ghost Gaming. Hold up, you married her and had a kid with her, so you're just as cook as delirious. Cuck as delirious. Let the fucking leave until I heard the shit. Bark can block numbers and inbound messages. My kid also knows in a physical fight I would win. He's had Bark on his devices off and on. What the fuck is he talking about? What is he talking about with Bark?
You weren't aware. No, you dumb. When you got married and when you had the kid with her.
My boy,
that's what I'm saying. Did you know back then?
My boy knows my friends are assholes, so it's an easy mistake to make, son. What does he mean? What is he talking about? My boy knows my friends are assholes. So an easy... Oh! Dude, is this guy like 8 minutes back and like everything? What the fuck? Okay.
No,
dude, he must be really far back if he's referencing that. Okay, so I think what he's trying to say is that his son thought we were friends because I'm a dick or something. I don't know. Wasn't aware of what she did before I met her. Yeah, this motherfucker must be like 8 to 10 minutes back because now he's addressing all the shit that you said prior.
Bruh.
Remember he said I wasn't aware of what she did before I met her. So he's like answering your question from back there. How fucking far back is this guy? Is this my chat or is this legit him like being far back?
This is actually him.
What the fuck is happening to him? Why is he so far back? This is like 10 minutes behind.
Bro's actually living in the past.
A lot of people were there and it's all still live.
Fuck, I have to leave soon, by the way.
Didn't Scott say in his interview he had already conceived the kid before he got doxxed with her porn? Yeah, chill. It's your answer, but he still stayed with her. I conceived Zane before.
There we go. Okay, there you go. That answers my question. Good job. You have passed the test.
Oh, that's one W for him from you, chill.
A tiny one, because he still decided to stay with her after he knew, though.
Wonder how many H2 and Liz alts are in here. The fuck? Zane is 14. The fuck?
Right. Again,
Take that and process it, everybody. Take that and process it.
I don't want to get too off track. I'm sorry to hear about a lot of this, and I'm not trying to be insensitive or anything. One more thing about the text message thing. Someone did pose if you would share it with me privately, and then I can just go out and say that I seen them. It would avoid you having to share an actual image.
I am in the process of breaking down all of our chats across 5 of my former phones and my archived backups.
Yeah,
it's a lot of work. I have to keyword mine my own SMS text messages.
Right. So it's going to take some time for sure.
It's taking some time. I have some key points that I have to extract and give to somebody basically by morning. That somebody is a lawyer that I'm consulting with currently because as far as it looks like to me, I'm being served through multiple means. I've been getting calls by sheriffs and I've been getting door knocks. You know, I'm basically, I have to give enough cause on this to defend myself. So I have to essentially go into my text and do this anyway. So I will be breaking down my text into communications, and I will be redacting information that would be considered doxing. And where I need to defend myself, I will do info drops. And, you know, I will either have to do them with the guidance of the lawyer, or I'll have to do them, you know, somewhat slap and just drop them out randomly until, you know, I get a lawyer. But a lot of this stuff is basically to protect me. I can't dox people because the internet wants me to dox them. I really didn't want to disclose anything about Delirious, but you know what? I have no reason to be civil or to protect his secrets when Liz is being a shit to me. Right. If you're going to attack somebody, don't attack somebody who's been inside your house and who has fucked your girlfriend.
Right. So I got a question, kind of like changing topics for a second. I think we talked about the text messages as much as we possibly can. Delirious was in the chat. Me and him recently had a falling out publicly. I don't know if you've said anything publicly about anything. What do you think about him and his comment, I should be saving up money, his implied threat to suing me? What's your thoughts on that?
Him threatening to sue you, I think it's more internet bullying. I think that he's an influencer using his clout, his following, and his money to bully people. He's trying to suppress people using attrition. He can send people your way by making a suggestion that you're bullying him, and you'll get death threats and attacks. You'll get negative commentary all over the internet. It's a pretty good way of militarizing keywords and idiots. I mean, you have stupid people who pop in who like will post your fucking old addresses to you like they know where you live to kind of scare you. Every fucking day I get like a dozen people threatening my life at this point.
Bam.
You know, I have no reason to believe that you're not getting the same thing or about to.
The Delirious Army.
This is just internet bullying. This is somebody with clout using their clout to abuse people. He's the big guy shitting on little people. Okay. And this is just disgusting.
Artists that work for Delirious, you need to correct yourself. He's actually confirmed to be fat now, so I need you to, you know, make him fatter. All right.
What?
Look, one accuracy here.
Who? You said Arliss?
Scott, you might have accidentally rewound the stream. Check at the bar. It should be all the way right.
Rewound the stream. Check the bar.
Chat is current video is not catching again. No shit, sure. Like, go forward in the video.
I don't care who's in the wrong at this point, but the Kiwi is the man to sacrifice. We need a good corn harvest for the next year. Dun dun dun. Oh my fucking god, the retards are here. What the fuck? Scott, if this was me, I would took my kids and left her ass. Then guess what? We wouldn't be in this drama. Who are the tards, Ghost Gaming? Scott, do you want me to give you genuine advice? Get off the internet and handle this privately. Don't post anymore because it's going to make you look bad. Delirious hasn't said one thing publicly, so how is he using his army to attack Scott? Dun, dun, dun. What do you think of that, Chilled?
Think of what?
Hypocritical. I agree, Mark Jamie. Hypocritical comment by Scott. With the suing thing. I agree with that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
As soon as our son was done needing her after being born, like physically. Yeah, Scott is like 10 minutes fucking behind it. It's like, what the fuck is happening? Somebody said, Scott, turn off one of your VPNs or something. Does that happen with a VPN?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Somebody was saying, Scott, turn off one of your 10 VPNs so that you can fucking catch up with the stream. The Delirious Arm. Okay.
And he should leave you the fuck alone. You didn't do anything but act as an actual. You're a journalist with integrity. I mean, you basically you didn't believe me. You treated me like I was some nutter that just came out of a closet, trying to figure out where Liz was.
Yep.
You made me prove everything that I said, and you've continued to hold me to my integrity. Before you say anything about what I say, you make me prove it. Even though we've had good rapport and we've had reasonable dialogue, you have said, well, what do you have to prove this? I need to see receipts. If I don't see receipts, I can't say anything because I can't assume you're saying something that's true. You've always had impartiality. You have vetted me heavily. And, it's like Sen's constantly punching me around. But Sen even goes through stuff. And he's like, well, yeah, Scott's a dick. But, he rips me apart every fucking time. And I mean, I have to laugh. I laugh a little bit about it because Sen, it's bordering on parody. I mean, if I were to attack Sen, I would probably, if I was Sen, I would bounce parody law instead of journalistic integrity. I mean, because he's just funny as shit.
There you go.
I don't know.
There you go. I got this effect, Chilled, where I am
The meat writing is crazy. No,
I have inherited a little bit of the soul of Medicare. All right, I haven't inherited the cancer yet, but that's gonna come.
Oh my!
I swear that'll happen one day, and people are gonna be so happy. And you know what? I already have a plan when that happens. Actually, you know what my plan is when I get the big C. Okay, so my plan is to basically get high every day from then on and watch all of One Piece until I'm dead.
Real.
Yeah, that's my plan. And
just don't fucking skip Skype here this fucking time, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna watch everything, dude. I'm gonna get high as fuck. While I'm on my chemo or whatever, and I'm gonna watch all of One Piece. And then finally, when the One Piece finally ends, then I'm gonna croak, and that's it. GG. That's my plan.
Well, I have to head out already, by the way.
All right, see you, Chill.
Yeah, they get
it. Cut it out with that. Never, Redsky. Never. I already have a plan. You can't ruin this plan, Redsky. All right. This plan is going to happen. All right. The foolproof plan. All right. Let me finish this up with Scotty.
No, I mean, I'm getting attacked by people constantly, but I'm soon to put myself under the fire. I will have about 4,000 YouTube journalists, low tier and mid tier people, all getting contacted, and I will just ask them. I'll say, listen, put me to the test, beat me up. I'll give you all the receipts, and let's see how this turns out. Because as far as I can tell, Delirious is done. He's about to hit cancel culture like a fucking wall.
Is there anything last you want to share before we end this call? Because I think I'm going to move on to some other topics. And
whatever
everything.
You want to do, man. I'm probably going to hang myself at the same time, but My loss of clout is like
Don't say
200
that,
some
man.
people.
Don't say that.
TJ's like that.
It's about 200 people because now I'm forced to air my whole fucking life's dirty laundry. But I can promise you,
I'll say this in the context, if you want to be charitable to him, he could have been meaning like in the sense of like he's fucking himself, like or whatever, like probably fucking myself over at the same time with this shit.
I have much less to lose. The only thing that I had worth anything, they took from me. They took my cat. They took my son. My cat was a gift from my ex-girlfriend who's dying of cancer right now.
Yeah, hey, it looks like you're going through a bit of a hard time. I don't want you to have to get any more on this. I'm just going to end the call. Hopefully everything goes well. Sorry to hear about a lot of this.
TJV.
Okay. Guys, chill out for a second. You threatened your cat and abused your son. It's over. Oh my god, Liz. Liz joined the chat and said you threatened your cat and...
Okay, well, we already know what happens after this shit. But yeah, oh my god. We knocked a lot out of the park here with this one, guys. Say good stream, good stream. Correction, he didn't know, lol. Dude told me he never hopped on the hub while he was with Liz. One Piece is real. Make sure to watch the subs. Why use porn when you can have sex? What the fuck? To be fair, H2O would get torn to shreds for his face reveal. FaZe wanted that info for 10 years. It would be a bombshell. I don't know if Pornhub was even a thing. Oh my god. Alright, this time for real. Going to bed. Yeah, I'm about to wrap up the stream myself. Thank you everybody for stopping by. So yeah, the Liz video, I'm gonna get ready for it. I'm thinking of republicizing that old stream, but minus the, obviously the info and stuff. It's going to be titled Scott versus the World. All right. Or Liz Katz X versus the World or whatever. I'll probably set it as a premiere, just because it'll be interesting. So I'll leave that up. I'll put it up eventually. Yeah. Thank you all for stopping by. Appreciate you. I'll see y'all in the next live stream. All right. Have a good rest of your night, guys. Good night.